is everybody doing? How's it going? I've never streamed this game before. Why am I whispering? You probably can't hear it particularly because of the way the levels are, but you can just hear the quiet sound of the air passing by my little farm. If you have headphones on, probably. I can do, yes, Raven, I can do some actual ASMR. Well, not really. I'm not actually going to do ASMR. Especially not today, considering I'd have to click out of the game and... Okay. This is Vintage Story. For those who don't know, it's a bit like Minecraft, but A, way cozier, and B, there's some existential horrors in here. But like, it's got a lot more mechanics, right? If you want to make a pick in Minecraft, it's pretty easy to make a pick, right? You go get some of A, get some of B, chuck it on a crafting table, and you're done. If I want to get a pickaxe in this game, first I have to go hunting for copper bits on the ground. I have to smelt them in a little thing, put them in a crucible. I had to make that crucible out of clay and fire the clay in a pit, and then you have to make a mold, pour it into the mold. It's a whole thing. But yes, so I was on a walk this morning out in the woods, and I thought, I want to play a lot more Vintage Story. I want an excuse to play it today. Why don't I just stream it today instead of whatever I was going to do? Yeah, well, actually, I think originally, Raven, the people that made this game, originally they made, it was a Minecraft mod, but Minecraft, it just didn't have, the engine didn't have the capability for what they were really after. So they went and, I think this has been out in development for like 10 years or something now. It's a very robust game at this point. And I've been playing it. This is my private little world. And so I apologize for the black bar at the bottom of the screen. Almost no one will care. And also, the frame rate is not as good as it should be. For some reason, OBS is not capturing this if I make it full screen. So I've had to make it maximized, and that, for some reason, makes my frame rate a bit worse. Hopefully I'll get that fixed for next time. So it's just slightly not as perfect as it should be. But this is going to be a real relaxed little stream. Where to begin? I will say that this is my world with a bunch of mods. I don't add mods to my games that are like wildly unrealistic. Like the Skyrim mod where you turn the dragons into Thomas the Tank Engine. Like, I don't do stuff like that. But for example, I got a mod that you see how, for one thing, this is a mod, the ability to kind of peer a bit closer. But you see how you can see that hill over there, right? It's loaded in. But you see in the background, you can see the shape of the distant land. Ignore the wolves. That is a mod, and I think it's really cool. What it does is it loads in the height map of the distant non-loaded chunks and gives you the outline of what you would see if you could see that far. And I think that's a really neat little mod. And for me, because I don't sit too close to the screen, being able to peer a bit closer is helpful. There's a wolf. I want him to go into my wolf trap pit that I've got built over there. There's a couple of wolves. Look at them go. So it's all like quality of life mods and some things that take away some of the pain points in the game, because some of it can be grindy in a way that I don't like. I like a bit of grindy. I like to work hard and feel like I've accomplished something, but I don't want to just repeat myself over and over and over doing the most boring thing ever. Yeah, I can squint. You can smell your monitor. I can't smell my monitor, thankfully, right now. My monitor was given to me, the one I'm using here. Have you? I don't have any claims to fame, but my monitor was gifted to me by one of the developers of Warframe is the name of the game. Anyway, let's have a little look around my little farm, my little home here. I'm actually on an island. I spawned. Okay, so I spawned on this island. This is actually a really great spawn. I've been. This is about 6 or 7 or 8 hours into the game, and I've already played this game last year for like 60 hours. So I already kind of know what I'm doing at this point. It's summer. It's July, so we're getting through summer. It's definitely. Can I can I see myself? There we go. I have a mod that gives me like human skin colors because in this game you're supposed to be like you're like a seraph. You're like some kind of unusual inhuman creature. Like you run into humans, but you're not human, and so your skin is usually like blue. But I just wanted to look like a person, so I got one of them mods. I made a straw hat. Woo! You just make it out of straw. Why are you flinching? Did I do something? Or was it because you like my eyes? Check it out. I can sit down. There's a sit down button in this game. How fucking cozy is that? I'm gonna sit on my bowls. I leave my bowls out here to collect rainwater, because yeah, I added like thirst. Thirst isn't normally a thing in the game, but I added the like requirement to like drink water, and in the winter when everything freezes over, you need to like dig wells, and you can store water in barrels. Man, I've added so many cool mods to this world. Uh, I said numbers between 5 and 8. Did I? Oh, that's the thing the kids are into. The youth. Actually, from what I'm told, they don't go on and on about the 6-7 thing anymore. Right? That came and went. I think it came and went before I even noticed it was a thing. One of those hilarious jokes that is kind of a joke without a punchline. It's funny just because it is, because it exists. I don't know. I think I'm slightly too old to understand that one. I mean, like, I kind of get pointless humor for the sake of pointless humor. I don't know why I'm just looking at my turnips. I don't fully understand the 6-7 thing though. Other than saying it ironically, I like to say things like, you know what's funny? Okay, so we'll walk around in a moment. You know what? Let's go back to the smithing area, just to give us a different thing to look at for a moment here. And the sun is setting. I am going to have to go to bed momentarily. This game is gorgeous, like the lighting, the everything. As you get, I'm not super ancient or anything, but as you get older, you get to a point where you still totally understand the current zeitgeist of whatever the current culture is, but you want to fuck with younger people a little bit sometimes and pretend you don't get it, and that's just hilarious. And so, looking back, so many dealings I had with older people when I was like a teenager, I just thought like, oh, these adults don't know shit. What the fuck? But no, they were just fucking with me the whole time. Because you gotta find some joy in life, and just screwing with kids sometimes is hilarious. So I do occasionally throw out a no cap just to see what they say. Yeah. Well, at least the kids have some. So they're building their own culture of some sort. All right, it's 8 p.m. I'm gonna put my dude to sleep. All right, check this shit out. You know what Minecraft doesn't have? The ability to rest your tools up against a wall. Fucking A. How cozy is that shit? Or the ability to, well, I don't know, like make piles out of things. Like this is a pile of copper bars. Maybe Minecraft added this. I have no idea. I've not really played it in years. There's my anvil. There's my forge. There's my fire pit with my little... We're going to look at some of this stuff because I do actually want to make... I thought to myself, oh, I'll make a new fire axe. Well, an axe. Anyway, I need an axe. Growing all these berries. There was a bear in here. I went away on a little adventure to do some collecting some stuff. And I came back and there was a bear just chilling out in my forge. And I was like, what do I do about this? And my little beehives. This is a mod too. Adding like ceramic reusable honey pots. And we'll go over like making pottery and stuff shortly. Because I want to just show it for like people who maybe watch my stuff who don't know what this game is. Yeah, I've got a grass floor. Look, it's a house for one person. It's not that impressive. I've found a bunch of books. This game has a lot of like lore in it. A lot of very bad things happened. How do I check the lore? Is it L for lore? No. Oh, J for journal? I led these people here, down to these hellish depths. Okay. Oh God, please help me. Constant clamoring. We should have all died. Maybe we should have all just died when the rock came for us. Yeah, bad things happen. This is a post-apocalypse. You know what? Speaking of petting the, here's the skip button. I'm going to sleep. Petting the dogs and stuff. I do have a mod that lets you tame dogs and also cats. You can find cats and tame them and make them your pets. The wolves you have to get a wolf pup though. You have to get like a puppy. The adult wolves are not tameable. But if you can kidnap a puppy somehow, look at this. I can store my tools on the wall. I've got my saw. Got my piles of firewood that I can pick up individually. Got my little cooking pot here. I found this weird thing in an old ruin. It's some kind of like glowing fluorescent lamp, and it gives off this really sickly colour. I think it's weird. I like it. I'm curing some pelts, so they're all just kind of sat on the floor curing at the moment. There's a big thing in this game about preparing for winter, because in the winter there won't be as many animals, you can't grow foods, and you need to eat, right? And the winter's like months long, so you want to get a basement and start storing food away. And you see this stew is still fresh for 10 days or whatever. But I'm going to be filling this place up throughout summer. Got to fill it up. Where to begin here? Where to begin? Well, it's a brand new day. We've just had a sleep. My cabbages are getting there. They could do with being watered. The moisture's a little low. I'll water them momentarily. Yeah, right. I'm not actually sure how to kidnap the puppies. I know there is a mod that lets you like trap. Oh, I see them over there. Lets you trap animals in cages, but I don't have that. So I don't know how you do it. I imagine the parents would be against it. Anyway, these are almost ready to go. I got turnips, I got rye, carrots. This is all just seeds I found on my travels, and I've planted them because you really need to get a good farm going. I made this watering can. I'll demonstrate in a moment how you make stuff out of clay, because you start out with like, flint and sticks and stones, and you make like an axe and stuff out of flint. And that's how you get started, but you have to go and collect clay, and you have to shape the clay into whatever you want to make. And then you have to make a little fire pit, get some grass in there, get some sticks in there, get some wood on top of the fire pit, and you have to fire your clay. And then you've got like, clay molds and clay, like these are clay bowls for eating or drinking or whatever. I'm going to run out of water. I don't really care. It's fine. I've just been kind of planting anywhere. Yeah, there we go. I'm out of water. I wish my frame rate was a bit better. I'll try and fix that for next time. I will. I would usually be sprinting everywhere, but I don't want to. I don't want to just make you sick by watching me whip the camera around like a crazy person. That's one of my pet peeves, when people stream and they're using a mouse and keyboard and they're playing a game like this and they don't take into account the fact that the viewer doesn't want this to be happening constantly. Pull a Voldemort. Hang on, let me just check the back of my head. Nope, no faces. Thank God. Right, so let's say I wanted to make something out of clay. I do happen to have some clay that I dug out of the ground already. You know what? I don't have a lot. Is that all my clay? Let's go get more clay. Let's do that. Let's pop outside. You know what I like in this game? You don't destroy your crops by jumping on them. I always hate that in Minecraft, where you accidentally jump on your crops and you're screwed. They just die, which is, fair. I grow plants here at home, and if I were to jump on my plants, I might very well kill them. Ooh, I really need to drink and eat. You know what? Berries. In the like spring and summer months, there's food is so plentiful. It just grows on bushes and it's just everywhere. And look, there's some fish. I could hunt the fish. There's a load of birds and things that I could be hunting. Let's just have a drink. This is safe water because it's a freshwater lake. I wouldn't be able to drink seawater. Why did I come out here? Oh yeah, clay. I've already dug most of the clay out here. This is all red clay and soil down here. I've already dug the majority of it out. So because it's my first year and it's still the good times, I have to be continually preparing for winter because it's going to get cold and everything's going to die, right? So at the moment, my big goal, I guess, is I wanted to make a quern. How do you pronounce quern? Do you just say quern? You know, it's like a stone mill for milling grains and things. You know, to make flour and stuff. And I'm going to be growing some of that stuff. There we go. That's enough for now. I'm going to be growing that stuff. Where's my house? It's over there. And I need to be able to turn it into edible food come winter. You can bake bread in this and watch the bread slowly rise in the oven. You can make pies and pastries and things, you know, with all kinds of different fillings. I've never gone that far with it. I usually just cook some hearty meals and I put them in a crock pot, which again, you have to craft your crock pots and fire them in a kiln and stuff. And then you can seal the crock pot so that it lasts longer with like beeswax or animal fat or something. So yeah, you can build windmills as well to automate the process. So instead of having to manually, because with a quern, if I go into here, thank God that the game has like built-in guides for everything. But if I look up a quern here, you can see it's got kind of handles on the top, and that's how it spins. But you have to manually do it. But you can build windmills. You know, you have to grow, was it flax to make linen, I think? Is flax what you use for linen? I don't know. You grow something to make linen, and then you make sails and stuff, and you have to get, like, animal fat to make the, like, lubricant for the wooden stuff. You can get a helve hammer, too, to help you with smithing and stuff. But I'm nowhere near that. So this is... Again, I've got some mods to let you mold some things you wouldn't be able to otherwise. You would otherwise have to get the metal hot on an anvil and hammer it into shape, and you physically have to get it into shape yourself. What might I actually want to make here? Well, you know what? Let's see. Let's say I wanted to make another storage vessel, I guess. I always need more of those, and it's a pretty big one. So let's make another one. So here we have the beginnings, and I'm going to actually, if I hold out, I get my cursor, and I can, which is a much easier way of doing this. So, I have to place clay where it tells me to place clay, manually, bit by bit, and I'm using my clay up as I go here. And you don't have to do this a bajillion times. It depends on how many things you need to make, really. And once I've finished one layer, it's giving me the thing for the next layer, and I can go in here and choose a bigger paintbrush where necessary, and you can also copy and paste layers, as you'll see in a minute. So the game's not like, oh look, I just placed too much. Yellow means shouldn't be there, so I just get rid of that. The storage vessels are some of the most tedious ones to do because of how big they are. You know, most things aren't giant pots, but the storage vessels are pretty big. But you'll see in a moment how much of not a pain this is. So now I need to repeat. So I can say just duplicate, and I'm just holding down the mouse and it's just filling in the layer for me. Yeah, that's... I do think you're right about killing the parents, if nothing else. I think you kind of have to kill the parents to get the puppy away. Because I think the puppy will generally run away from you. So if you can kind of guide it into a pit or something... I don't know how you tame the puppy, though. I don't remember how I did it in the past with the cats. Alright, so we're getting towards the end here. You always need more of these because they let you store food and stuff, and it lasts longer if you store it in these spots. Oh, greetings. Yeah, man. No one ever uses the sound effects, and I love the sound effects. I know I'm not doing this perfectly. Oh, look at that. Banjo Monkey 420. That's a good name. Thanks for following. I really appreciate it. What's that get me to? 85. Man, we are getting there. Slowly but surely, we are getting there. When I get to 100, I know I've mentioned this on previous like World of Warship streams. Look at this. Oh, there's another layer. I thought we were done. But I stream a lot of World of Warships, and I have a couple of interesting history books sat on the shelf behind me. Look, we're done. Ready to go. So this is just like raw clay. So now I have to actually take this and fire it. I've got a pretty interesting book behind me that is... it's not that long, so I'm going to... When I get to 100 followers, I'm going to read it out on a stream. And it was written after World War II by a young officer who served on the HMS Prince of Wales, a battleship that saw quite a lot of interesting events during the war. And it's not very long, and it's not too like crazy in depth or anything, and it's kind of what he saw in his time serving on the ship. And the Prince of Wales, spoiler alert I suppose, was only at sea for about 2 years before she was sunk, and he was on board the whole time. What am I doing? So anyway, I thought, you know, it's topical. Let's, you know. You know what? I don't need to do this. Alright, so let me put this clay away, because I don't need it right now. I know my storage system is terrible at the moment. It is. It sucks. So, what you saw me do just now was come out here, because by the way, fire spreads and stuff, you want to be somewhere where you're not going to set things on fire. So I put this raw clay pot in a hole. I'm going to fill it up with some grass, and then some sticks. Listen to those sounds, nice. And now I need some wood. And I come over here to my pile of wood. Also these planks, because you need to like saw wood into planks to make certain things. Like for example these crates, which is currently full of charcoal for when I'm doing metal working. Put the wood on top. Oh, I need more. I need a couple more for this one. Normally it's just 4, but for these guys you need 8. Put them on. Grab a torch or a fire starter or whatever and just light it. And now it's lit. And it'll start smoking. And in about a day I can come back to it and it will have finished firing the clay, and I'll have another functional pot. Like all of this is made of clay molds for stuff and things. Right, let me read the chat for a moment. While we also enjoy the like realistic smoke mod I just installed yesterday that like makes it so that the smoke will actually choke you if you're in like a room and you light a fire and there's nowhere for the smoke to go. It will kill you eventually. But in here I didn't build this area with that in mind, but it kind of makes its way out, you know. It kind of does its thing. It's not that bad if I can get through the gate. Like the smoke gets away, you know. It's very cozy. I love this game. Alright, let's see. So, you are natural enemy number 1 when it comes to the Lorax. Oh, that's a film I've not seen. Also, you know what's really confusing? Both of your usernames are purple on my screen right now. So it's real confusing as to which one of you is speaking when I'm just glancing over. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. But yeah, is that book here at the moment? Do I have it? That's not it. Where is it? It's not this one, is it? I don't think it's this book. I think it's in the house at the moment. No, this is a different book entirely. Where is that book? Yeah, I think that book's in the house. I'm currently in my like garden like office, I guess, and it's where I keep my bookshelves and stuff. But I think that book's in the house at the moment. Yeah, Death by Suffocation. I could probably wonder if I stand up here near the ceiling if it'll get me. Or if there's plenty of airflow. Maybe there's... Oh, see that bar that's appeared in the bottom left? That's my you shouldn't be breathing the smoke in bar. There we go. But thankfully I'm not up near the ceiling. I did have to make a chimney in my house, though, because, you know, when I'm cooking in here, I had to kind of funnel it up through here and build a chimney. I fired some bricks. It's a whole... It's actually not that painful a process. Anyway, I don't want to bore you too much with that. With that kind of stuff. But that's how you do the basics, right? Firing clay and making things. And it's a very deliberate, almost laborious process. To the point where every little thing that you make feels like you've accomplished something. Even if it's not that hard. I had to physically make the shape of this little pot. You know, yeah. Hello, Beans. Welcome. Yeah, so the generated subtitles... I try to be helpful to people that need subtitles. And is that a bear? Is that bear again? Yeah, there's that bear. He's having a sleep. That guy was in my garden the other day. Now he's just chilling out. Yeah, so I tried. This is like a Google thing. It's like a free Google API thing. You can tie into it, and then you can display it. If you ever do streaming in OBS. It's a like a free plugin you can get off GitHub. Like some guy made it. It's great, and it's reasonably good. For example, allow me to say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Look at that. It got it right. It spelled it correctly, and you know what? It occurs to me. Some people might not even know that word. It's from an old film. It's from a very good old film. A kid's film. Anyway, what was I saying? I have ADHD and this happens. Sometimes I get distracted. Oh yeah, the subtitles. Yeah, I tried. There is a way to inject what it spits out into Twitch's like you know, stream feeds so that it goes into their system. But when I did that, people were unable to watch the stream. It kept like crashing for them, so I just decided I'm just going to put them on the screen and, you know, make it a bit easier for people. Alright, you know, I built a well, but we don't get a lot of water here, and it's filling really slowly. Like, okay, there's a bit of water now, but this is like a week's worth of water. That is, I don't know what I'm going to do in the winter when I need water. Let me read chat for just a moment. Let me, wonder if I can sit on the bed. Hang on. Turn around. Okay, hang on. New plan. I stand on the bed, then I pull the camera out, then I press sit. Oh, look at that! He puts his little legs on along down the side. He looks a bit mental, like there's no life behind those eyes. Anyway. I don't think I have the lurk command, Banjo. I don't think. But I appreciate the attempt. Well, you probably know more about this game than me, then. Right, let's actually do something. See, we've talked for so long. It's actually like 7 p.m. in the game now, and I'm not going to be going anywhere doing anything today because it's 7 p.m. Oh, he's up. He's just hanging out, having a good time. You know what else I did? I got a mod that adds way more animals, like loads of birds and stuff, which is great. You see them sometimes just flying around. I don't see them right now. Of course, now that I want to point out a bird, there are none. But you'll get a lot of them walking around, turkeys and all kinds of interesting things that you can kill and skin and eat the meat. Oh, okay, so I wanted to make the quern, didn't I? There's this really interesting mechanic for getting solid stone blocks in this game. So in Minecraft, I forget what you do, but you can cook. Is it that you cook some cobblestone or something and it turns into like a smooth stone block? I forget. It's been so long since I've done it. But in this game, here's some granite, which is handy. You have to do something a bit different. You have to extract the block. So like, here's the block that I'm going to want. I want this solid block to make my quern. So you have to remove every block around it and then it will drop. There is also, you know, like block dropping mechanics in this game. By default, it's just for like sand and stuff like that. But they will, not only will a, like if there was a sand block here and I removed this block, the sand block would fall down, but then it would keep going and kind of tumble down the hill and hit you. It wouldn't just fall straight down. The same with like gravel. I've only got it turned on for, the, you know, by default. Nothing else. There you go. So it fell. And now we do have some granite stones, but we also have a granite rock. And I think, do I need like 4 of them? Quern. I need 4 of them and a chisel and a hammer and some sticks. I made the chisel the other day, so I just need to grab 4 rocks. Might as well grab this other stuff. I don't think I can use cracked granite, but I can certainly use normal granite. Or maybe I can use cracked granite. Probably not. I don't know. Just I assume cracked granite isn't going to come away in a good solid piece. That's my guess. There's probably a really easy, good way of doing this, and I'm just doing it this way. Oh, it's getting windy, isn't it? Look at all the smoke over there. You'd think my house is on fire. Oh. Yeah, it gets very windy on my little island here. And quite rainy, which is great for the plants. You know, it means I don't have to put so much effort into water them every day. Alright, let's see if I can read chat for a moment. Yeah, cobblestone turns to stone. Is that when you put it in a furnace or something? Or is it just a... Do you just literally just put it on a crafting table? I remember there was a way of doing it. That's the funny thing, like, I played a lot of Minecraft. I mean, I played a lot of Minecraft. Like, 1.4.7 was the version I played the most. Stuff like, you know, the Tech It mod pack with nuclear power stations and stuff. But then I just kind of fell off it, because, you know, we all kind of went separate ways, like, went to uni, got busy, and friends got busy and stuff. And there was a little period of time there, like, Minecraft never went away, but there was a period of time where it kind of... fell out of the zeitgeist a little bit, and I just kind of stopped playing it for a while and just never really got back into it. Like, it was just after they added horses, right? Horses were very cool. Why do I hear groaning? You all heard that, right? What the fuck was that? This game has a big eldritch horror element, which I will be honest, alright, I've turned most of that stuff off. This game has... God, look at those little light beams around there. I've made this game relatively peaceful because this is my chill out game, but if you play this game vanilla with the default settings, there are horrors beyond comprehension that attack you. Just crazy spider-like, in pain, dying, horrific beasts that don't want to live, don't want you to live either. And there are temporal storms where the fabric of reality tears, and giant creatures will be wandering, like giant creatures the size of mountains in the distance, and all kinds of crazy stuff. And it's really wild. And I still see a lot of those creatures because they do show up. There are like temporal rifts and stuff. But I've made most of it quite peaceful. This guy's just living his best life out here, man. Yeah, like imagine like if a man was twisted into a spider creature and he was also some kind of like eldritch zombie, and he really did not like existing. Like they just shiver in pain sometimes. They're real. We'll see them at some point. If you look in the top left, rift activity is currently calm, so there's just none of that going on at the moment. It's pretty chill, but we'll see a bit of that. God, this game is creepy, man. If I make 2 blocks touch each other and break all the ones around it, it will just make it... So yeah. This game does totally have floating rocks. The mechanic for getting solid granite is a bit counterintuitive. Like, granite... no, not granite. Let me get two blocks of dirt, and I break one, and the other one stays there. It's not being supported by anything. It's just a special mechanic for getting like solid rocks, and also like gravel and sand. You can change it to be other stuff as well. I think like dirt can collapse, and caves and things. But I don't have that stuff turned on because I value my sanity. Alright, let's make this quern and then go to bed. So I'll need a hammer and a chisel and a couple of sticks. Now here's a mod I have, for example, because normally you want sticks, you have to go out, break a bunch of leafy branches, and as someone who has a wood-burning fireplace, I am perfectly aware that if I need a couple of sticks, I just get my hatchet and kapow, sticks out of wood. What do you know? Some people might call that cheating. I just call that just makes sense to me, right? That just makes sense. Anyway, there we go. One granite. Is it quern? Is that how you say that? I don't know. All right, let's put my tools away. And I don't have a shelf for my chisel at the moment. I'll just leave it on the floor. My quern. Yeah, this thing's still cooking away. You know what? The guy that's the size of mountains, the community calls him Dave, and he's like a giant creature that just walks in the distance. Like, you can never actually reach him. He's part of the skybox, but he looks real creepy. And like giant cogwheels and gears will appear. It's all very strange. Churn. Thank you. Thank you. Now I know. And you know what? I'll never forget. It's like that place in America. I like to annoy my friend by pronouncing it incorrectly. Arkansas. There's that bear. Alright, let's go to bed. This game's gorgeous. You should see it in winter as well. Everything gets covered in snow, and the snow actually builds up. So you see how I have a really short fence? I'm going to have to build a taller fence before winter because the snow will slowly build up, and then animals and things will just be able to walk over the snow and walk over the fence when it gets high enough. So yeah. Churn. I'll try and remember that. I should probably put it, maybe not in my house. Maybe down here where I keep all the rice and stuff. I've got a little gap here at the moment, although I was going to put my new storage vessel there. Oh, sorry, I'm spinning the camera around like a mad person. I'm going to put my churny worny. I got my firewood pile there. These are the decisions we make. I feel like this is an indoor activity. You know what? I am going to put it down here with the storage. You know what else? Oh, I guess you can't do it with querns. Sorry, churns. But you can put things down at an angle. You want to put your crates and things down at a slight angle to piss off people with ODST, OCD. You can do that. All right, let me see. Will snow break my plants? In the winter, when it gets cold and stuff, they will get buried and die off anyway. Even if it doesn't get snowy, it gets cold enough that they'll die off. Like, they have a... I can't show you here. Oh, and by the way, if we look in the top middle there, you'll see that they have different kinds of nutrients that they need, like nitrogen, potassium, whatever K stands for. I don't know. Is it potassium? Is it potassium? It's nitrogen. I know that one. Different plants need different stuff. This needs nitrogen. This one needs whatever K is. So you have to consider like fertilizing the soil, or like rotating your crops. So like you do in real life, where you don't just plant the same thing in the same spot every year because it will ruin the soil. You have to like rotate. God, this game's gorgeous, isn't it? Look at this goddamn game. Man, when I was coming home from my walk today and my podcast ran out, I pulled up the Reach soundtrack and just listened to that for the last 20 minutes of my walk back home. Oh, see, look at that weird sickly light. Have you guys read the Dark Tower series by Stephen King? That is also kind of a post-apocalypse with like it's the far future and the world has moved on, and it follows like this very Clint Eastwood gunslinger kind of guy, but there's all these remnants of the old world, like old fluorescent lights that are still running on 1,000-year-old power supplies and things. You know, while we've been doing this, I haven't noticed that I am very thirsty and very hungry. I'm not sure how the drinking things... Oh, look, it must have rained earlier. Got some water. I don't know how that's going to work out in the winter. Alright, it barely rained. Noted. Oh, it's raining now. Okay, well, I don't have to water the plants today, then. Ooh, something set off one of my traps. You're actually supposed to put these traps just on the ground, but I find them more effective if you put them over a pit, so the animal goes to get the like get the bait in the trap, and it falls into the pit instead. Let's have a little drink. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Some dead wolves. Nice. Anything in here? No. So the pit wouldn't just kill them. Oh, there we go. A dead pekin, whatever that is. The pit wouldn't just kill them, but I put a couple of these spikes in here, and they eventually wander around, walk into the spikes. Let me just skin this birdie. Get some, just some feathers this time. Maybe collect its bones. But yeah, they totally end up killing themselves. I find this is quite effective. Oh, I almost jumped down into the spikes. That would have been real wise. Yeah, maybe I should have put ladders in or something. I've not got round to that yet. I'll never get wolf puppies if I keep killing all these female wolves. Alright, got some meat, got some fat, got some something else. Pelts. You know what? Actually, I have to do a big cooking session. I just remembered. It might already be too late. I think some of my meat is going bad. I was really hoping that my vegetables would be finished in time for me to mix them in to make like a really healthy stew. Because if we look here, where is it? See, in your nutrition section, if you just eat the same plants all the time, you don't get the full benefits. It won't kill you, but you won't have as good, like, I guess maybe maybe you won't be able to run as fast or something. I've been eating a lot of fruit, but no veggies, no dairy and stuff. You know, the extinction thing is a concern. I in my last game, I chopped down what few trees there were on my island and then wondered why nothing ever spawned. It turns out it doesn't just, like, it's not like Minecraft where they'll just spawn in an area. They need, like, a forest. They need a wooded area to actually spawn in. So I've been planting lots of trees to make sure that they all kind of appear and such. Anyway, I've got some raw meat in storage that's going pretty bad, and I've been waiting for some of this stuff to grow. It's all at stage... Oh, stage 5. These turnips are ready. Some of this stuff is ready. Some of it, though. Let's replant these seeds. It's very Minecraft in that sense. Stage 4. Oh, stage 5. There we go. Anything else? Oh, yeah. Oh, you got a couple. Turnips, man. I hope you like turnips. But yeah, I was going to play World of Tanks today, as I normally do on Wednesday, and I just thought, you know, let's have a cozy day instead. Grow some turnips, hang out, play something a little different. Okay, we're going to do some cooking. You're going to see the cooking mechanic, which is also quite nice. Man, you can make, like, stoves, you can make ovens and do baking and stuff. I'm still at the most basic level of cooking. 4 days. Okay. You know, one thing you can do. So here we have this fresh meat that I got off the wolf, and it's fresh for 11 days, and I'm now dying. And this is only fresh for 4 days. You can mix the two, and now it's fresh for 6. So it doesn't get it all the way back up, but it does something, you know. Anyway, can I make like a bushmeat turnip stew? Where am I storing? Okay. 50. Yeah, it occurs to me, actually, I don't need 50, do I? It cooks in batches of 6. Well, let's just carry this with me. We'll see how it goes. So, let's get some... How's the firewood situation? Not bad. Let's get this... You know what? Let's eat something, because I'm actually going to die. Well, no, I'm going to lose health. I got all these... You can pick up the bushes. You know, all the berry bushes? You can just pick them up and bring them home. It takes them ages to grow fruit and stuff, because this one will flower in 5 days, and then it'll probably be another 5 days or something before it gives me any fruit. But it's worth it. No honey? No honey. I got all these barrels out here collecting rain. These are red currants. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the chat. I'll look in a minute once I've scoffed a bajillion berries. I want to watch myself filling my face. This is why I'm just living off fruit right now. Just sat on the floor, eating berries. Alright. Okay, we're good on the berry front. In fact, don't even need them. I love that the button to drop things in this game is the same as Minecraft. It's Q, like, thank fuck. Like, imagine if it weren't. Cocking machines. Give me some words to say and we'll see if this Google thing is any good at figuring out if I'm saying it properly. I think it's pretty good considering, you know, different people with different accents and stuff will pronounce words differently. I guess it's because Google does a lot of translate stuff, and they are Google. They own frickin' everything, so they're quite good with accents and languages and stuff. Oh, say the name of Commander Data's brother from Star Trek: The Next Generation. Sorry, I was drinking my tea. The word is law. No, I got it wrong. Not law, law. Law, law. Bob Loblaw's law blog. That's a difficult one without just saying for fuck's sake. It does swearing, I think. I think it does swearing. Fuck. Fuckity fuckity fuck. Yeah, good enough. For fox sake. Yeah, it's pretty good with the foxes. I get foxes coming into my garden every night in real life, and they eat food. Okay, we need to cook some food. It's going bad in my pocket. Let's get this bad boy lit up. Oh, listen to the rain outside. Can you hear that? To see the smoke that mostly goes up the chimney. Mostly. Alright, so you have to get equal amounts of stuff. So that on its own would make some bushmeat stew, but now it's bushmeat stew with boiled turnip. Let's make sure I have plenty of wood in here. Check it out. Check out the lid. Listen to that. It does a little dance as it's cooking. It's so cool. If there's one thing I would actually like them to change in this game, and I should say this is a slightly outdated version of the game. It's like version 1.20 instead of 1.22. It's not that outdated, but when you've listened to this lid, the little like sound effect too many times, it's just the same sound effect over and over, and you do kind of have to sit here doing a lot of cooking sometimes. You can see here we are. It's going to take a while to cook all 6 of these meals. And I just wish that it had a little variation, because it's all dun 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 dun. It's cute the first time, you know. Oh, and speaking, Raven. Speaking of rot, rot is a thing in this game. It's an item. If you allow food and similar things to to perish, they turn into rot, and then you can seal that rot into a big barrel and make compost with it, and that's one way of making like fertilizer for soil to improve the quality, because all the soil on this island is medium fertility, but you can get like really low fertility soil and high fertility and all. I love how every aspect of this game can go really deep, but you don't have to engage with it, and you don't have to know pages and pages of wiki stuff. It's just basic stuff that kind of makes sense in your head, and then when you don't know how to do something, the in-game thing usually will tell you, you know. Oh, we've not even gone anywhere yet. We should go mining after this. You know what? I'm only going to cook a few of these. I'm going to put the rest of them... I'm going to stow the rest of them for now, because otherwise this would be quite a long session. This stuff's still good for like a week almost. That'll be fine. Otherwise we'd be here for ages. What's in here? Oh, berries. Okay. Alright, yeah, okay, some of the smoke didn't go up the chimney, but most of it did. I've already made some brand new crock pots, because I'm going to have to stow this in a crock pot. Come on, tell me this ain't cozy as fuck. This is a multiplayer game as well. You can, just like Minecraft, you can have people playing this thing. I don't normally shut up when I do streams. I normally talk constantly, but this game is just like, listen to that rain outside, man. You can get hit by lightning as well. You don't want to be outside with like a, I guess a metal tool probably makes it more likely. I think at some point we all get hit by lightning. You're the complete opposite. In what way? What did I say this time? You don't like cozy? I'm lost. You shouldn't expect me to remember what I said 2 minutes ago. Because I have no idea. By the way, welcome in everyone. Anyone who's new, I know that this is the first time I played a game like this, so I'm probably going to see a couple of people who haven't seen me before. I try to be relatively chill in everything I play. I mostly play like World of Warships and stuff, and that is a game that is not necessarily about high-speed decisions. It's about slow, plodding strategy and figuring out what you're doing. And we like to chill out and just kind of talk about what's happening or about anything. I don't know. Let me look out the window. I see some blue tits on my apple tree outside. We don't have much here. We're not wealthy, but we do have an apple tree. Ooh, food's ready. Stand up. You always don't speak when streaming. Yeah, like it works for some people. Some people like the silence, and some people like talking. For me, as a viewer, I always go for someone who's talking, because I guess I'm not really there just to watch the gameplay. I'm there for the personality. That's the way I interact with this kind of thing. Alright, that fire has gone out. Good-o. Let's put the rest of this stuff back. Now, this food here, it's hot right now, so it doesn't actually, while it's still hot, it doesn't tell you how long it's going to last. It'll last a while, but it'll last longer if I seal it with something. And I've got these, I've got this beeswax that I've been collecting from my hives, and I can seal it up. And once I've sealed it up, I can put it up on the shelf, and I will come back to that in winter in a few months. There it is up there now. And I can come back to that when everything is covered in snow and cold and dead and miserable, and it's now 3 PM again, so I'm not going to go anywhere. I tell you what though, we will go and check out, I know the weather's, this island is like this quite a lot. It's actually good because it waters all the plants, but it does get a bit miserable sometimes. Oh, I'm not going to get hit, am I? I saw that. Well, that's okay. Yeah, we have. I know, like, this game is just that cozy. Why leave the house? Why leave the house at all? But no, you like, if I bring up the map, this is my island. You can place map markers, and I have a mod that automatically places them because there's a lot of stuff you need to mark to come back to. This island is a bit silly because when I gather stuff and bring it home, the game doesn't really realize that and keeps marking things. But like, if I go over to a real location, it'll be like, oh, there's a trader there, you know, and that's a useful, or he's like a treasure hunter trader. Or this thing here, there's meteoric iron here. Maybe you want to come, or like here, we found some copper, you know? So when you find copper on the ground, or like here I found some quartz bits, so that's less interesting, but you know that there's going to be stuff underground, right? Or here there's more quartz, here there's chalk, because chalk's useful, so I made a note of it so I can come back and mine it at some point. But this is as far as I've travelled so far, basically. Not that far, really. Just around about the place a little bit. But yeah, I like my little island. It's got a bit of everything. We will leave it soon enough. Let's go down and visit the trader who's down here. He's down at the south side of the island. I have a mod that some of you guys will recognise. Hang on, let me stand in the trees for a moment and read chat. Right? Yes. Well, you know what? I came here and there was already someone living here, and I said, no, my island now. Alright, look at this. Do you see that? You see that over there? Now, I don't know. This is very, very much down to whether you are familiar with this thing. But if you know what that is in the distance, call it out in the chat. This is the only... You know how I was saying pretty much all of the mods I have are very, like, lore-friendly and very much just, like, adding to the game? There is one mod I had to get because it's just... It's a favourite of mine. It's not a nether portal. It's not a nether portal, although there's one of those rifts. I'm not going to stand in the rift. Oh, here's a good point. For people who play this game, a mod I did get. So, like, there's a bunch of these bushes here, right? And normally in the game, you can't walk through these because they're really bushy and branchy and stuff. So I got a mod that makes it so you're just, like, slowed down. Like, significantly slowed down. But, like, it slows you down walking through them. So you can still get around. It's not, like, solid blocks constantly in your way. But it does slow you down. I just want to stand near this rift for a moment so you can hear the creepy noises it makes. I need to not get too close. Some creepy ass shit. It's not a time machine, although that's a good shout. Do you not know what this is? There's no reason you should necessarily know. But if you know what it is, you'll know what it is. Murmur UK has it correct. It's a Stargate. This mod is amazing. I think it's called Astria Porter. Oh, Jesus. Never mind the guy that came out of the port. The Hello. Oh, he's a little scared. I think that's a Bowtorn. I think they will fire... This guy is unhappy. Does he fire stuff out of his face? Yep, probably. Anyway. It's a Stargate! Which takes you to other Stargates on the map. You have to find the Stargates, and when you find them, you can get their Stargate address and make a note of it. I have to literally make a note of it and then type it in and dial it. But this is such a cool mod, man. It's made so well. They've modeled the Stargate really well, and wait for this. I appreciate it, Mo. I do. All right. Let's dial an address. It's already 5 p.m, so I'm not going to go anywhere right now. We will come back shortly, but there is a gate over here somewhere. Yeah, see, I've made a note of it with the little swirly thing. I want to find... Honestly, I want to go here, but there's no gate here. But let's just dial this gate. So what is it? 1x 52NVN00. Okay, so 1x 52NVN00. It does mean that once you've been somewhere, you can kind of fast travel back. And I'll let you listen for a second. Kind of wish it had the literal Stargate sound effects, but maybe that would be a copyright breach too far. But it still sounds pretty damn cool. It you know, makes little noises and stuff, and the gate opens. It's really... So yeah, you can fast travel back to places if there are Stargates there. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. So we could go there right now. We're not going to. I know it's a bit of a tease, but let's just close the connection. We're going to go to bed and go straight there in the morning, I promise. It's just, it's 7 p.m. It's like 6 p.m. right now. It's going to get dark real soon. I saw that lightning in the distance. So I'm just going to go to bed. Then we're going to get up. We're going to head over there. And we're going to try and... I need to find tin to make bronze. I've got copper. And to get to the next stage of... you know, metalworking and stuff, I need bronze. So I can eventually get iron and stuff. Good night, world. Alright, let me read chat while I'm sleeping in my ancient bed. You know what? My posture's pretty bad as well, I'll be honest. Especially when I started streaming, because really I should be sat back here, but I get so excited when I'm playing the games and I get really close to the mic, and I think the mic sounds better when you're really close. I like this mic. I imported it from America. That sounds like it's expensive. It was only like 50 quid about a decade ago or something. So not that pricey. But they didn't sell it over here, which was annoying, so I had to... It's an Audio Technica something or other. Oh. Sorry. Drinking my tea. Alright, look at this. It's the 4th of July. 4:41 a.m. I do need to store a bunch of crap that I've got in my Ants here. Oh, these pelts are all done pelting. Great. What do I actually have? Ah, the bones go in the bone hole. Nope, not the fat, the bones. These are just the first. These are like crates made out of like grass reeds. They were the first ones I made. And I just kept them because why not? I don't know. A couple of sticks. Store those away. A couple of rocks. I know this is the boring part of any stream, right? Just watching someone store their stuff. But I'm organised, damn it. You have to be organised in a game like this, don't you? Or vaguely. This is my kind of important, useful things chest. This is my mostly rocks chest. And this is my mostly everything else chest. I don't know. Okay, we should be good. I need my prospecting pick. That's a whole mechanic we haven't seen yet. And hey, check this out. You want to see something cool? It's raining outside. I got my torch. Go outside into the rain. Oh, it's lovely. The lovely rain. It's raining. Please demonstrate the game mechanic. Why is my torch not going out? The torch is supposed to go out in the rain. I'm confused why it's not. Why isn't it going out in the rain? It's supposed to go out in the rain. Hang on. What is that? I put it up on the wall. I can hear it getting hit. I can hear it sizzling. There we go. It went out. It's supposed to go out. And actually, that's another little mod I got. Torches are supposed to burn out relatively rapidly. You're supposed to like eventually be like really excited about getting lanterns because they last forever. But man, I just don't want the stress of having to deal with burnout torches all the time. So I just said let's make it so that we can always torch. I get it. Some people want the realism, and some people want the progression to eventually getting that other stuff. I just want a little bit of convenience. Man, I love these Stargates. Ah, you have an idea of where to teleport to? What, just in general? Like if you had a portal right outside your house about, 200 yards away that could take you anywhere on Earth and back again, where would you go? That's my question. Oh, we never said hello to the trader. He's down here too. And it's funny because when I first played this game on this island, I didn't have the Stargate mod yet, and so it was weird because I was like, dude, you have... Look at this bird. It's probably not the way you want to go, little pheasant. I was like, how the hell did you get this thing? We're on an island. That's the nearest landmass. That's the closest... There's my little raft. That's the closest thing. That's it. So how did he get here? But now that the Stargate spawned right next to him, in my head... There's one of those birds I mentioned. In my head, he brings it through the Stargate. That's my little head cannon. Hello, Wallace. All of the voices in this game are musical instruments. Don't ask me why. He sells clothes, which is handy. Look, you can get like Stargate Command shirts and SGC pants and things. That seems a bit silly to me, but like the armor and maybe some of the woolly boots would be handy for the winter. So I might come back, Wallace. I might come back. I will come back, I'm sure. He's human, though. I am not. Hang on. I press the... I want to see inside... Can I see myself next to him? I wanted to kind of show that I'm way taller than him. Like, he's a human height human. You can't really see him. I'm very tall. I'm some kind of weird creature. Anyway, 7 AM. Let's go somewhere that isn't this island. How about that? What was that gate address? I don't feel bad about the fast travel teleporty thing because I have to go to the place and find a Stargate first. And also go through this process every time of looking up the bloody gate address and trying to remember. 1X52NVN00. Okay. 52NVN00. And then dial the gate, and I have to wait for the gate to dial. So that's enough of a pain in the arse for me that I'm happy with this level of pain in the arse, As opposed to, oh, I want to go somewhere. I'm going to have to get on my boat, go all the way back out there. It's just a whole thing. I suppose it would get a bit silly if you travelled super ultra far, you know? But I'm happy with the way it is. You have exact coordinates. What, to the location you want to go? I don't know where I'd pick. I'm really not sure. Man, look at that. That's so cool. Astria Porter, I think is the name of the mod on the Vintage Story mod Nexus or whatever. And you know what you can also find? Let me go through before the gate closes. You can also find look at this. It's like I'm in a it's loading. It's like I'm in a forest in Vancouver or something. And by the way, no, you can't go back through because it works how Stargates work. I don't think you can even walk into it from the back normally either. These things you can sometimes find like ancient tablets in ruins and stuff. We need to see some of the ruins because they're very cool. And they will lead to gate addresses, but that's a bit dangerous because sometimes they don't have the dialing device at the other end, which is also a kind of a thing from the show. Not all of the Stargates add them up. There we go. And so if you go through a gate and end up somewhere really far away from home and there's no dialing device, how are you going to get back? You know, so there's risk inherent. Right. So where does that lead? Where are them coords? Where do they go? Why do I hear a goat? I'm looking for tin. I don't remember what ores contain tin. So I have a prospecting pick here, this is how it works in this game. If you're looking for a particular ore, you can't just dig around at a certain level underground like in Minecraft and expect to find it. It's only in certain areas. Like, for example, this place has a bunch of chalk. There's different kinds of stone down here, which is all like basalt and stuff, and you will find different ores in different areas and at different frequencies, like amounts. So, is it what's the button I have to press? V? No, F. Yes, but V is auto run. So I've got a mod to make this easier. So you've got your usual like area sample mode thing, which I guess you want to start out with that, I suppose, and it will give a rough idea of like, hey, oh, hello, copper. That's perfect. So that tells me that there's copper underneath me because there's some copper bits on the ground. I don't need copper right at this very moment, but what I will do is just make a note of it by making a little pillar so that I can come back. Remember that mod I mentioned that automatically places map markers? It just placed this one. So when I come back here, I'll know that, like, yeah, there's copper down there. I'm not looking for copper, though. Oh, there's one of them rifts. You want to watch out for those. And yes, I see the resin. I'm not collecting it right now. I need to find some rock. Don't make me dig to prospect the rock. You have to dig down to prospect the rock. You're going to make me do it. All right, fine. You'll see. You'll see. You'll all see. Well, if you stand in the rift, what happens is your temporal stability... See that cog in the middle of the screen at the bottom? Your temporal stability goes down and you like begin to enter the rust world, which isn't good. So like if you get really close to it, you see it quickly goes down and then the world starts going real weird. And like if I stayed inside of it, like I would have entered the rust world. And that's where all the monsters are most of the time when they're not phasing into our reality. It's probably an all day, all night party in the Rust world. I don't know. I like to think of it like what was that film with the guy with all the needles in his face or whatever? The Hellraiser. I like to think it's Hellraisery in there. You can see my temporal stability slowly increasing again as I recover. All right, so prospecting pick. Okay, so it says there's large amounts of copper, which makes a lot of sense. Hopefully you can see all this and my text isn't covering it. Huge amounts of quartz, lignite, very large amounts of coal and stuff as well. That's pretty sick. Not what I'm looking for, though. Pretty cool. Not what I'm looking for. Which mode... Which is the mode I want? Oh, density search might be. Let me try density search. I want the one, yeah, okay, the one where you need to take a bunch of samples. All right, so I've taken a sample. You have to move a reasonable distance away to take another sample. Is this far enough away? Okay, now I need to take one more sample. I'm being careful here because the gravel... Let me show you the gravel collapsing mechanic. So I'm going to remove this piece of gravel, and this piece of gravel is going to fall, and then it's going to topple down here. And, you know, whole hills can collapse. See how it kind of toppled in? You don't want to be down there when it falls. So it's quote-unquote more realistic, you know? It tries to be. You want to be careful with gravel and sand and stuff in this game. Alright, this is probably far enough away, right? Oh, no, it wasn't. Need one more sample. God damn you. Video games. You know, I remember now that earlier on I said I was going to make like a copper axe, and then I never did. I'm kind of wishing I had a copper shovel instead of the one that I have here made of flint. Oh, it's the cog in the middle of the screen at the bottom. Right now it's mostly not doing anything because temporal stability is just fine. And if you were playing this game with all of the like scary monsters fully turned on, that would matter a lot more. Okay, what have we got? So freshwater aquifer, that's if I was making a well, that's that the hydration mod. But halite and lignite. And I guess I can click these and it'll tell me what they are, right? No? I have to type it in. I have to type it in. Does it tell me about it? Where to find it? Oh, this is like salt? Is this salt? I don't know, man. This game's very realistic when it comes to all the minerals and things. I guess halite is salt. What's lignite? Is that like... Yeah, that's like coal. And that's all that's in this area. Great. Well, not what I'm looking for. I think... Do I want cassiterite or something? Is that what tin ore comes from? I wish that guy who actually plays this game was still in chat to tell me. I think it's cassiterite. Man, you know what? This game and Dwarf Fortress give you an appreciation for all of the various like minerals and what you actually get out of them. What is it? It's 11 a.m. We got plenty of time here. Let's just head over the top of this chalk mountain and just see what's on the other side. And there's just so much stuff I just don't need in my inventory. Thank you. I know I'm going at a much slower pace than I would if I were just doing this on my own normally, because I'm kind of explaining and talking and things. Oh, you know what? Here's another fun thing. You see how in the bottom middle, my temporal stability cog bar thing is going down slowly? It's going anti-clockwise. There are some places in the world that are just thinner than others, and you don't want to... Like, if I built a base here, that would be a terrible idea, because you don't want to spend too long in this one location, because it will slowly drain your temporal stability away. Also, being underground for too long does that as well. Check it out. I spotted a trader. Oh, and some ruins. Look at that. There's some ruins in the water there. Interesting. I have not been here before. Or rather, I've been around this area, but not into it. Okay, let's check out this trader. We were headed down here anyway. I wanted to see if there's any... I don't know where to... I don't know what kind of region spawns cassiterite. I want tin. I need to make bronze. I need to enter the Bronze Age. I don't know. Why will this location lower your sanity? Because if... imagine that the Rust world, which is what they call it, which has all of those monsters and things living in it. Imagine that that's another dimension, like near ours, basically. And the rifts, which I can't see any of right now, are like weak spots that appear sometimes and things come through the rift. But some parts of the world are just permanently a bit thinner than others. If you think of it as like, you know, the fabric of the world is a bit thin there. Oh, there goes that stuff. I just wanted to see what this was. Oh, it's just flint. And what's that down there? Is that something useful? Yeah, so some places just have lower stability. Borax. Oh shit, borax. I've heard people go on about how hard borax is to find. I can't get it yet, because I don't have... Genuinely, I've heard people go on about how impossible it is to find borax. Forget, you use it to make something. Borax is useful, isn't it, in metalworking, I believe. Let's just mark that for myself. Borax, okay. You don't like white rooms? What, like well-lit, kind of white painted rooms? I like a white ceiling. Regardless of the colour you make your room, I like to always make the ceiling white because it helps like make the room seem bigger and reflect light down. Not that I'm an interior decorator, I don't know what I'm talking about. Ah, the white padded rooms. Man, you know, you say that, but I actually... This little outdoor shed office that I'm in right now, it was never originally built to be insulated, and it gets a bit cold in the winter, so one thing I did is I got some old carpet and I put it up on the walls. So the walls are kind of padded in here. It also has the added benefit of being kind of sound deadening. You know, it's a bit like... And look at this guy, he's freaking out. Has he got an abacus in his hand? I think he has. Makes sense as a trader. Yeah, so like the room I'm in, it almost has, you know, those like acoustic panels that the hot streamers have, the cool rad kids. I don't have that. I just have literal carpet on the walls. Anyway, building materials. What's your name? Humbert. All right, Humbert. Okay, Humbert. Oh, so he sells cool stuff like what? Wallpaper, decorations. We were just talking about this. Matting, polished blocks. Nothing I actually care about. That's cool, dude. Honestly, but no, thank you. I'm good. Maybe one day I'll come back for some nice wallpaper. But for now, we have time to check out these ruins, and I want to go over to some rocks and prospect for tin. We may not find it. See, imagine if I didn't have that mod that lets me walk through dense bushes slowly, and imagine if this was just, like, solid and you just had to, like, move around it. That would suck. Is this a thing? Ooh, hello. Is this a grave? Alright. Well, out with the shovel. You know what they say about graves? There's probably something underneath them. Ah! What do you know there is? Alright, first off. Good day, sirs. Good day. Alright. I love a good grave. What have we got? Some leather? Alright. A jailer belt. That's a bit weird. Oh, a backpack. I think that might be more useful than... Yeah, that has more storage slots than I've already got. Okay, great. Place this on the brow of a tamed elk to claim ownership. Oh yeah, you can ride elk in this game. I've never done that. Copper shears. I just made some. Copper shears. Alright, okay, hang on. So, if I get rid of this... I'm currently carrying around like 4 hand baskets to give myself storage. If I swap one of them out, I've got 1 extra storage now. Goodbye handbasket. Fucking A. Right? Exactly. There's a lovely cemetery near me. Southern Cemetery here in Manchester. It's a lovely place to visit. Really, really nice. I have family there. And cemeteries are always like lovely, well-kept, interesting, historic places. Alright, what did I get? Some rye, I'll take it. This game gets really dark because, like, yes, okay, right, there was an apocalypse. I think there might have been some kind of pandemic or something. In a lot of these buildings, there are just pits full of... Oh, what is this? Red clay. Let's make a note of that. There are just pits full of bones. Just like, and sometimes just corpses, just piles of corpses, where everybody died, basically, and then I show up hundreds of years later. I could, that's the other interesting thing, I could dig down and probably find some stuff here, depending on where I'm looking. Some of these things have basements and stuff. I don't know if I'll find anything specifically here. No, nothing amazing. Let's it's so far away. Should I go all the way out there and check it out? I guess as a viewer you would say yes, right? I like how you swim realistically. You know how you kind of like thrust yourself forward, then slow down, then thrust, and then slow down? I wonder if it... Oh, it does kind of visualize it too. Look at that. That's cool. Oh, there's a whole little village that's been buried. I guess this place didn't always... Oh, the irony. I'm swimming and I've just started dying of thirst. Well, just drink some of it then. Alright, I'm actually going to need to get some food soon. Cattails? Sure, whatever. They're basically like reeds. Oh, here we go. Here's some bony soil. Just piles of corpses. You can take this stuff. There's a reason I'm collecting all of the soil filled with the bones of my enemies. It's because you can take it home and you can pan it for random... You might occasionally get random valuables out of it. It's very depressing how sometimes you'll get like a nice lady's necklace out of it and you'll be like, yeah, that's because like her corpse has been here for hundreds of years and I'm just sifting through the bones, looting these dead people's bodies. You know, cozy game. Cozy. Alright, that seems to be the vast majority of that. Oh, no, there's way more stuff here. What is this, a church? Got a little path here. I've never really explored one of these underwater before. Let's get some of this starter loot. Can I please swim downwards? Thank you. Oh, what was that? That was quartz. Don't need it really, but okay. Wow, there are a lot of these down there. Look at that. I'll see. I think I got some metal chunks. I always get stressed out underwater. Oh, look at that. Some of the stuff was going to float up to the surface. That was pretty neat. I've not spent a lot of time underwater in this game. This is new to me. God, how many of these... Normally you barely find any of these little loot crates things. There's so many of them here. You never find anything that amazing, but it's often like useful beginner stuff. You know, seeds and grasses and reeds and things. Right, let me hop out of this water for a second, see what we got here. Can I... Nope. Can I get out? Pretty please? You know what you can do in this game as well with a chisel, which this is a Minecraft mod you may remember. You can find any block and you can chisel little blocks away to make all kinds of shapes and different forms and things. People make amazing artwork in this game, like really amazing stuff. They build incredible statues and all kinds of crazy stuff, like way better looking than these little blocky things. What did I get there? Some galena, which turns to lead. Great. Not sure what I want that for. Bismuth. Okay, sure. Oh, horsetail poultice, like healing items. I've never actually made those before, but I guess now I have some. Let me read chat for just a second here. Oh, I guess I can't. I'm pressing the sit down button. There we go. Oh, look at that. Come on, that's cool. Did I miss one? Ah, that's the thing about being a viewer. You see the things that the streamers miss, and it's really annoying. Oh, that's some good tea. You know what? Let's have some more of that tea. I wonder if there's a mod that lets you grow tea in this game. That would be cool. Okay, back to work. Well, first off, let's see. It's 5 p.m., so I should get moving. That looks like a structure, doesn't it? Let's maybe head up there. I can make a straw bed for the night and sleep there. I do have to be wary of the temperature. It is summer, so it should be okay. If it gets really cold at night, my guy will start freezing. You have, like, your internal body temperature. Where is it? Body temperature. Yeah, here we go. 37.8 degrees, which is about, in Celsius, that's about internal body temperature. Ah, here we go. Food. Good. I was just starving. Let's get some blackcurrants. Any more? No? Yes? No? Nature provideth. Oh, that's a big tree. Red currants? I'll take it. Summer is so bountiful, and then you end up in winter and it's just everything is dead. The wolves are hungry. Ah, you know, oh, you were here yesterday when I pulled out that book talking about the old empire. Fascinating topic. I don't even need this food anymore. Am I going the right way? Yeah. Okay, so apparently there's something over this hill. You know, the great thing about oh, hang on. Hold that thought. Plants. You can kind of tell crops from a distance because they don't look like the rest of the grass, and you do need to collect them because this is how you get seeds. I need to grow a lot of stuff. I guess rye. You make bread with that, right? Oh, my inventory's getting kind of full. What don't I want? Honestly, I don't really care about feathers or cattails right now. Or healing poultices, to be honest. I do need the grass, though, because I'm going to be making a bed with it soon. The sun's getting real low. Yeah, the great thing about being in England, for me, is a lot of the historic books, a lot of the history about you know, things like World War II and you know, the Industrial Revolution and so on and so forth, because a lot of that stuff quite heavily centered around. I can hear you back there sounding like you're going to slaughter me, because a lot of that stuff heavily centered around like the UK. There's so many really old secondhand books just floating out there. Whereas, like, if you were on the other side of the world, you wouldn't get as many like UK published really old stuff. But because there's so many people presumably dying and having their little collections sold off by their grandkids or whatever, I pick up so many fascinating old books for almost nothing, you know? We're going to stay in this extremely safe and friendly house for the night. I need to make a hay bed. I think I do that with, unsurprisingly, hay, which I make from grass. I just have a little flint knife here. I'm going to collect some grass the very slow way. I think it's just three bales of hay put next to each other make a bed, I think. I'm not sure. Okay. Let's just... Yes, okay, hay bed. Great. Alright, good. Oh, look at this place. It's a fixer-upper, you know. Yeah, like Australia. That's pretty far away. I wonder what they used to do in this house. Ooh! Oh, is this a house or is this like a church or something? Oh, let me get in this place. Where's the door? This seems completely safe and nothing bad will happen. Oh, this is a church. Oh yeah, they did some churchy shit in here. A gravestone? It's probably not an actual grave in here. A pile of old books. We'll check those out in the morning. Alright, I'm going to sleep up here with Jesus. Oh, look at the old candles. Man, I have to point out that I'm using the Better Ruins mod, which adds way more ruins, like custom stuff, and this may... Oh, look at this, there's an organ keyboard! This is not functional, but, like, this may be part of that. So, like, you know how you can chisel blocks, like I said? They probably made this whole cool-looking thing from taking different stuff and chiseling it, basically, into shapes, because it's all a voxel game. It's very, very cool. Alright. I'm just going to sleep here in front of the organ. It's a bit wet, but I'll probably be fine. You know what? Hang on. Can I just sleep somewhere a bit less wet? Which part of this room isn't wet? I kind of feel like the rain's coming through all of the blocks, which it shouldn't be. I'm going to sleep over here. Yeah. I'm going to sleep here in the pews. Ah, you ever slept in a church? Charles? There's an E in Charles. Charles! I say! Prince Charles is the king now, you know. King Charles, some call him. So weird having him be the king, man. I mean, you think about the Queen. She was the Queen for a really long time. Like, she was the Queen when the Beatles were around, and she was the Queen when I was growing up, listening to the Beatles. I may have woken up a touch early. You don't get as much sleep in a hay bed as you do in a proper bed. You don't get a full night's sleep, so... I don't really want to collect all these books right now. There's going to be, like, more law books and things in there. Let me just mark... Creepy church. What symbol would best represent a creepy church? Broken pottery. There we go. I don't think there's anything I want to steal from here right now. Can I take these windows? Can I bring these windows home with me? Is that something I can... Holy crap, I can bring these windows home with me. Hell yeah. 3 windows. This is actually pretty damn rad. Because otherwise, like, you have to, like, make... These are, what, leaded glass panes? You have to make these with lead. That's one of the uses of lead in this game. And I don't even have the ability to make glass right now. I think you need a different kind of, like, smelter furnace thing that is way more capable than what I have. Large box. Oh, hello. A cracked vessel. You know what? You know what? No, I don't need a small tuft of grass in my pocket. Thank you very much. You know what? I'll take that. A couple of axes, or I'll take one of them and throw my old one away. That'll do. Can I read this lectern? No? Tut tut. This feels like cheating. Don't mind the wolves. I wonder what that is. The old furnace, maybe? Well, is it a church anymore? If the civilization that built it is gone and their god is long forgotten, is it still a church? It's kind of like that American Gods TV show where some of the gods, like, you know, the gods die when everyone forgets that they existed. Alright, we've spent enough time in this creepy church. How many? 12 glass panes. Sure. That'll do. Is that a box I can open? What's in here? Oh, firewood? Okay, there was some firewood in there. Oh, and there's some more firewood. I have a mod, I'm going to say that a lot, that gives me, that lets me age firewood. So, like, if you place firewood down somewhere dry, after a couple of months, it will turn into aged firewood. I think it burns a bit hotter and lasts a bit longer. Because, again, that's kind of realistic. You want to age firewood. Is that a fox? That fox over there. Who said that? Must have been the wind. Oh, there's a deer or something. I know things. God, this game's gorgeous. Just hit me with a couple of light rays and I'm a fan. Okay. You know what? Oh, there's another... See, look, there's another thing to look at up there, and that's a trader up there. Does anyone who is watching have any suggestions on where I should go to find tin? Because I'm just going to head in this direction. Oh, look, what's this? What's that up there? God, I love this game. Just exploration, man. Just... I can't spend too long away from home because I've got that that meat going bad in storage, and I've also got plants I need to tend to and stuff. So I can't just be away for too long, but I could spend a couple of days. Why is he running away? What's he running away from? Nothing. Probably me. Is that like a baby deer? Oh yeah, and a rabbit as well. There's Bambi over there. Oh, there's a wolf. That's why they're running away, because wolves. Let's see if I can have a quick look at chat here. That's a good question. Yeah, I guess so. Um, because you've evacuated a city, look at whatever that is. I love this game with all these birds and stuff. Oh, there's the ruins. You know what I'd love to find? A Stargate. Now that I'm really getting out here, if I found another gate, I could just gate home. That would really be handy. Yeah. If it's a church in a long dead civilization, then it's more archaeologically important than anything. But if it's just if it's just a regular church but has been temporarily evacuated, I wouldn't suggest. I don't like the idea of destroying anything really. Like, I like old buildings. In fact, I'm not religious, but our churches are some really, really cool buildings. You know, because people put a lot of time and effort and energy into building really cool looking. Did that thing just appear behind me? Like churches, and so they are some of our older and more interesting buildings. I love churches. I love how churches smell. I guess it's whatever they burn in there. They always smell really nice. And you know, all of the... Oh, look at these lovely flowers. All of the wood that they have in there, and they're probably rubbed with various oils and things. Just really nice. Alright, come on. There's got to be some corpses down here to loot, right? No? Nothing? I am disappointed. What's that noise? Thought I heard something breathing. No, these aren't windows from a church. These are my windows now. Flint in claystone. What's claystone? Oh. I don't need flint. I need other things. Oh, you know what, though? This is going to be a really easy place to prospect, because I need to take several samples. And instead of digging, I can just do it like this. High native copper. That's pretty good. And very small amounts of everything else. Also, one thing I have here is now it marks this chunk on the map, and I can go back, hover over it, and it will tell me what was there. Really handy, because like generally if you're looking for ores, you're going to have to wander around an area, find where there's a high concentration, find low concentrations, and kind of zone in on like where you need to go. I kind of want to check these guys out. I don't have a lot of space in my inventory right now, but I'm going to at least run over there and say hello to this guy. I just don't have space to be looting and things right now. And is that a building or just a... Is that where we were before? No. Is that where we were? No, that's whatever that is in the water. No, that's that. No, this is further out. What's that? Oh, that's probably whatever that is over there in the distance. That's some big-ass building. Man, I barely even started exploring in this save so far, because it's still like, I'm only a few months in and I need to be growing crops and prepping. Ooh, check it out. This is a fruit tree. A mature pink apple tree stem. There's method to my madness. You can take... fruit trees are quite rare. I mean, we've only just seen one this whole time. But you can take the cuttings home with you and plant them, and there's like a 40% chance that they will... oh, that's weird. You can see the moon. There's a 40% chance that they will actually grow into a tree at home. And it still takes a really long time for them to grow. But, yeah, that's a good idea. Alright, what do you got for me? Bone meal? Don't need it. A law book. I don't want to pick it up right now. Actually, I think all I need to do is read it, and then it'll add it to my... Yep, there we go. Discovered letters. I'm going to read your chat for a minute while you read this. I hope the resolution's okay. I am going out at 720 for you guys. I hope it's not too low. I think... native copper, I think the idea... I mean, I don't know. I'm no rockologist, but I think the idea is it's... instead of it being some other form of copper, like... I don't know, what other forms of copper are there? Copper oxide's the obvious one, because that's like rusted copper. But like, instead of being some different form of copper, it's just basic-ass copper. I think that's the idea. He was a good man. I knew a guy called Gosling once. No, rockologist. I know words. I don't think there's much to see here. Any corpses? Nope, don't want the book. It's someone's last. I thought that was a door. Yeah, everyone that lived here died a long time ago. Alright, where's that trader? He was up here somewhere. I don't know if people would like to see me just kind of casually play this game in future. That might be nice. There's a lot to do, right? Like, some days we might just mostly be farming and building, pottering around the house. Some days we might be exploring, trying to mine stuff, trying to smith stuff. Some days maybe we just make bread. Hello, trader. Clothing. Okay, sure. Wait, hang on. Hang on, I want to know what your name is. Mustafa! There's an interesting mask you've got there. Okay, so this guy sells the same stuff as the guy on my island, basically. Like clothes, like boots and things. Nothing I need right now, certainly, but good to know. I really would love to find a Stargate. Obviously you can't see them on the map, what with them being so tiny. You really do have to just kind of come across them. One of the cool things about that mod is near Stargates, you'll often find like statues, very Stargate lore relevant statues, and that's kind of your indication that like there's a Stargate nearby in the vicinity, in the area. It doesn't narrow it down all that much, but it's a very nice touch because you may not spot the gate, but you'll probably see the statue. I will eventually get to animal husbandry with wolves and things, and getting a dog. You can make a little dog bed out of linen and stuff, and he'll go sleep in it. You can feed him meat and things, and I guess eventually they can have kids. I don't know. And the cat similarly does the same thing. Cat does a lot of lounging around, and this is it. It's not you. It's not this little peacock thing that made that creepy noise, is it? Surely. It sounds like one of those unhappy monsters. They do sound, well, unhappy, frankly. Alright, it's 9:11 right now. It's 9:12. Ooh, what the hell is that? That's what the hell is that structure? That structure's up on a hill behind the structure we're headed towards. You know what? Yeah, I probably could. I probably could feed the dog its parents' meat. Yeah. That's probably doable, I assume. What the hell? Hey, there's a puppy right there. Off he goes. I mean, there's no way I could get him home from here, but there's a puppy. I'd have to corral him back to my house somehow. This is just a pointless thing. So I'm hoping at some point I'll see one on my island when I'm prepped to deal with animals and stuff. What? The church structure? The church block that was just nothing. There's probably something buried under it. I don't know. Sometimes there's just rubble. What the fuck is this, though? This thing's huge. Oh, another tree. Oh, come on, man. I'm filling my inventory with so many useful things that I don't want to leave behind. This is taking a while. Is there more up here? Oh, this is a really big one. I want to get... If I chop it from the bottom, do I get all the pieces? I really don't know, so I'm going to chop it from the top, because I want to get every single possible one. This is a really big tree as well. This probably would have borne fruit. I wonder if it bears fruit in the first year if you plant it, or if in real life it would be way too late. Okay, so I only got a few of those. My inventory's full. What do I not need? I mean, the quartz isn't useful. That's for sure. Let's get rid of that for now. we're going to be spending another night out here, aren't we? I know it's only 10 a.m, but what are the odds we're going to find another Stargate? I've only found like 3 of them so far. What is this build? What, like building a giant cock? Yeah, we've all... Well, actually, I don't think I ever did that in a game. Wow, this is cool as hell. I'm sorry my frame rate isn't like a perfect 60 right now. It's a bit lower than that. It's because, for some reason... oh, hello, monsters. For some reason, OBS won't capture this game unless I'm running in windowed mode. And it runs much better in full screen. I'm hoping to fix that for next time. Hoping. Oh. Yep, there's a perfect leap. Perfect jump. Couldn't have done any better. But that's not sprint. What's all this purple stuff? Obsidian. Obsidian? Do I need that? Meteoric iron is, unsurprisingly, iron that came from a meteor. What? Is obsidian useful for anything? Hang on. I guess you can make stuff out of it. It's probably like real obsidian. It's probably very, very, very sharp, but also doesn't last very long. I don't think I need any obsidian right now. Let me get rid of some of the crap I just don't care about. The jailer's belt. No thank you. I'm keeping those windows. Technically, I don't really need the aged firewood, but it'd be nice to keep it if I wanted to make a fire out here. There's a lot of mushrooms that I've not been picking up, by the way. I don't know which ones are poisonous and which ones aren't poisonous. I'm not going to take that chance today. God, this place is huge. So we'll check out this structure. But I've got places to be. Mines to craft. You know what, while we're here, let's do some prospecting. 1, 2, 3. What do we got? Cassiterite. I think that's what we want. Cassiterite, I think, is tin. Minuscule amounts, though. So, like, minuscule amounts probably means that there's more in some other direction. We are going to go north because I can kind of see the outline of a trader up there. Yeah, okay. This is not a game that lets me play and read chat, so I always have to stop for a moment to look over. Yeah, you can totally eat them and just find out. I wonder if any of them kill you straight away. What's this? Oh, more meteoric iron. Where's the loads of meteoric iron around? I don't even know what you do with meteoric iron, to be honest. Oh, here's the structure. I have peaceful mode turned on because I like to be chill, so these guys won't generally attack on sight. I do have to get up there. The funny thing is, sometimes the game does freak out, and things like wolves will sometimes attack you even though they're supposed to be kind of peaceful. So I'm always a little bit on edge, but it's because you never know when one of them is just going to freak out and say, nope, nope, gonna slaughter you, and they're faster than you. Hello, chaps. Just gonna close that door there. Yeah, they're doing all right. They're having a good time. These guys are like the lowest tier of bad guys, but I think this one with the iron in him might be a slightly more vicious version. There's nothing in here. It's just ruins. All right, I'm just gonna close that door. Good day, sirs. There's really nothing in this whole tower. Alright, moving on. I know I need to go north. Let's get sprinting. Ready to... I used Reddit years ago. Years ago. It used to be kind of cool. But then a lot of that stuff used to be cool, right? Like Dig used to be cool and so on. I heard that the new Dig got shut down. Like, they brought it back and it's gone again. Where's this trader? Oh, he's over here. But yeah, it was just a really... What the hell are those? Are they carrying something? What were those little creatures? What were those things? Oh, they're raccoons carrying little berries. Yeah, you gotta. That's one of the reasons I have a fence in my garden, because the raccoons will come and steal your crops and your honey and all kinds of things. There's not just raccoons, but all kinds of stuff. Wow, you got a nice place. What was I just talking about? Oh yeah, Reddit. Like Reddit used to be really useful for like on the ground information about something. Like if some like natural disaster were happening or some big like live event, you would often get like eyewitness reports on there before you would get them in the news and stuff, and that used to be really useful. I don't think it's that good anymore though. What's your name, trader? Old Eyes. Yeah, all right, sure. Is that what you were called as a child? Oh, he's more building materials. It's probably why you have such a swanky place. I don't care. By the way, the currency in this game is rusty gears. The idea being that, like, even though they're rusty, quiet. Even though they're rusty, they're still, like, higher quality than anyone can make nowadays. So they work as a currency because no one can fake them. Because they're from, like, a technological era long since gone. I'm running over here to check. There's that raccoon again. What's this? Oh, tin ore! Tin ore! This is what we're looking for. If there's tin ore on the surface, that means that there's gonna be tin below us. We did it, guys. We did it. Reddit. You know, you might be able to loot the merchants. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you can. I bet you probably can. I've never done it though. I don't know if it pisses off all merchants. I don't know if they're in like a guild or anything, you know? Alright, let's get started here. You know what? Let's eat 15 blueberries. Now it feels like Minecraft, sitting in a dirt hole, eating. Have you, Raven, have you ever dug an actual hole? Because, oh, I'm an idiot. Because let me tell you, even digging like a relatively shallow hole is so much work. And I watch my guy do it in these games, and I'm like, oh man, I wish it were that easy. I'm looking to see if there's anything I can throw away here. Maybe this firewood. I just don't care about the firewood. Just get rid of it. In real life, yeah. Like, I had to, the last time I dug a hole, I had to dig a trench to bury some electrical wires in, you know, in piping, but underneath the lawn. And I only dug maybe like 1.5 feet down in this trench or whatever. And man, it just took so long, and it was so much effort. Hear me sigh. You know what? Screw it, I'm digging straight down. Dr. Pepper, what's the worst that can happen? Tin ore! That's a little thing in this game. Digging straight down usually isn't as dangerous as it is in Minecraft. Uh-oh. God damn it! I forgot the rain's right there. Alright. Let's just make a little space here. You dug a trench for the fun of it. Oh, yeah. I remember you in Helldivers. Right. I've not dug the tin ore yet. Let's dig the tin ore. Alright, let's get rid of that crap and just pick up tin. Some of these are going to be good chunks of, not poor chunks of. Oh, that's fair enough. You know, yeah, you probably didn't mean when you were little, but when I was little, I just dug up half of my back garden for fun. And man, I found so many, like, buried dog bones from generations of families. Why am I holding... I don't want that, thank you. Oh my god! I do not want to be holding this. Okay. Okay. Calm down. I'm in a hole. There are wolves outside. Everything's okay. if there's more tin. You never know what you'll find, because where I live, these houses date back to shortly after World War II, kind of in the boom time of building a lot of new neighborhoods and things. And there's lots of old stuff that people buried. Someone at some point decided to bury a bunch of milk bottles instead of like getting rid of them, and so now there's just so much glass. Oh, whenever I dig my garden over, I'm constantly picking bits of glass out of the dirt. It's so annoying. But it's kind of cool sometimes when you find pieces of like really interesting old bottles and things, or old coinage, you know. Oh, yeah, in the boom time, yeah. Or rather, we weren't booming so much as places like America. We were rebuilding. But yes. What am I doing? Oh, I want to bring this out, and this is a part of the mod, right? So normally you get the information like, oh, I found 1.96 per thousand of sphalerite or whatever, and you're supposed to just kind of sniff it out yourself. But there's a mod I have for the prospecting pick that just tells me how far away from my current location a particular thing is. And that's still not perfect because I don't know what direction to go in. But it's really useful to just tell me like I just got all the tin. But sometimes you'll find there'll be some just behind a wall and you might give up. So this is kind of telling me I've just gotten all the tin. There is some copper nearby and stuff. Oh, it's disappeared now. Oh, it really has disappeared, hasn't it? Info log? There we go. It found copper, sphalerite, quartz, gold even. But no more tin, and that's what I wanted to know. So, I need to get out of here. I don't want that. Yeah, give me these blocks. Let me leave. Nope. Sorry. I want a Dr. Pepper now. Did that mark the tin on my map? It totally did. Alright, good. Goodbye to this thing. Okay, we got what we came for. A bit of tin. I don't know what I can do with 9 chunks of tin. I have to go home and hit it with a hammer. And oh, you know what? Let's just very briefly see what this tower is, and then we'll head home. There is an X-ray mod for this game. Oh, you know what? That's why we found. We found the copper that was relatively close by. Let's just make a note of this because I will be coming back to get more copper. This is certainly useful. I'll just dig a hole so I kind of, when I come back, I'll know where it is. That's a really nice little find there. Tin and copper right next to each other. Perfect for bronze making. Look at this thing. I wanted to be a Firewatch guy once. Do you know Firewatch towers? They are, man, my life is just a side quest. Everything I do is, I'll go into a room to do a task, but I won't remember what the task is, so I'll just start doing something else. Skyrim really speaks to me on a spiritual level. I play that game like I play life. Yeah, Firewatch towers are a thing in a lot of countries, or at least they were a thing before like satellite tracking of wildfires became more of a thing. But it would literally be this big tower in the middle of a forest, nowhere near people, and it would be like one person's job over the summer or whatever in the fire season generally to sit in the tower and look and see if they can see smoke or fire in the distance. So it could be a tower like this with a tiny little house on top, and I'm not a house, it's like one little room basically, and their job would be they'd be paid to do this and just basically sit in the forest on their own all summer. And that sounds amazing. That sounds great. And it would be a tower just like this, overlooking a big forest. And then if there were a fire, they'd get on the radio and report it in and say like, hey, there's a fire out here, you know, so that they could do something about it and stop it from spreading or whatever. And I always thought that'd be cool, but that was, whoa, that's kind of deep. We will come back to this location another day, because that goes down a ways. I suppose we can climb up there at some point as well. Oh, a gas lamp. I don't think there's any gas anymore. Is that a thing? Is that a thing? No, it's not a thing. Your dream job is professional bed tester. One wonders. What kind of tests? Like, just sleeping? I know you probably just mean sleeping. I'm a silly Billy. You know what? I'm going to go up this mountain, or maybe this one. I'm just trying to, like, look, we've traveled so far. The Stargate is down there. It's not that far away, but if I found another Stargate up here, this is my island down here. So I'm almost as far away from the gate as shush! Quiet, you. What do you mean they're all around me? It's, you know what, it's 6 p.m. I actually need to sleep. I should have picked up that bed, shouldn't I, really? Because now I need to make another one. And sleep it off. How much grass do I need to make a bed? I think you need, 1, 2, 3, you need 8 pieces, so it's 4 times 8, 18, that's 18, 20 something? I don't know. I'm not good at mental arithmetic while I'm actively playing a video game. 2 times 8 is 16. This is the way my brain works. So I think, okay, if 2 times 8 is 16, I want to add another 8 to it. 1, 2, 3, 4 is 24? 24! Another way of doing it would be like, and this will make people who can actually count cringe, I think. It's like, okay, if I want to know what 3 times 8 is, and I know 2 times 8 is 16, I'll make it 18 and then add 6 to it. Well, that kept me going long enough to where I now have way more than I need. Good day. Alright, I want to find a structure to sleep in, preferably. It's a good thing it's summer, because, like, if I just slept outside and it wasn't summer, I would probably freeze to death, honestly. I bet real bed testing is boring, because it'll be like putting the mattress into a machine or something to test the springiness. Wow, look at this! More copper. You know what, I'm looking for it. Oh, for God's sake. Did I just destroy that by putting a bed on it? It doesn't really matter, it's only 1 copper bit, but, like, what am I going to drop here? What do I not... I mean, I already have copper shears at home, I guess. I don't really need more copper shears. Bony soil? You know, I could get more bony soil. Oh my god, I'm destroying everything constantly. You need an empty spot in your inventory. Even if you've already got somewhere to hold this stuff, you need an empty spot to be able to pick it up. I know it's silly, it's weird, but there you go. Alright, noted. Now, I need to find somewhere to sleep. It is stormy. It's nighttime. I did say I was going towards this mountain. Well, mountain. It's that hill over there. Sorry, I've not been looking at chat. This game's so relaxing. Is that a building? Oh yeah, well, it's a ruin. It was a building. Sleep in the rust. You can't exactly go to the Rust world exactly. It's almost like it brings it to you. Ooh. Well, that looks inviting, doesn't it? Now that the rain stopped, you'd be fooled into thinking that the sun was coming up, but no, it is going down. You know what? I might just sleep out in the open on top of this mountain. What's the worst that can happen? Well, I suppose it's going to get cold up here. Maybe I should sleep down at the base of the mountain. Is that a thing? No, it's a tree. I love this, like, I like to think of it as just my character squinting, like you said earlier. Alright, let's just sleep down here. Hopefully it won't get too cold because it's at the base of the hill. Maybe I'll just wait for a couple of minutes. Let's just watch the sunset. How are you doing? How's it going? How's life? How's life treating you? I went to the lake today. I saw some geese. I saw the robin. What else did I see? I saw the blackbirds. You know, I went nice and early. I left the house at like 6:30 a.m. I thought I'm gonna get out ahead of everyone else. You know, it's the middle of the week. It's 6:30 a.m. No one's gonna be out there. But I saw so many joggers and dog walkers and cyclists. And the cyclists probably go into work. But the joggers, they always find the bodies. Can't trust a jogger. always find the bodies. The soothing sound of wolves to fall asleep to. The game does have fall damage, that's for sure. Yeah. And my guy, in fact, because when you make your character, you pick which instrument you want your guy's voice to sound like. You could even have stuff like accordions and harmonicas. I don't remember which one mine has, but I really hoped that would hurt. He will make little noises if you hurt him. Mostly I only hurt myself by walking into fires and things. Come on, this has to hurt, right? That's high enough. Yeah, that hurt. He didn't like that. He'll heal up when he sleeps, probably. I don't know. I think so. Now, if I dove into the hole, I would die and respawn. Actually, I think I have it set up. This is another way I differ from standard gameplay. Standard gameplay. Hang on. I mentioned those things that aren't quite spiders. There's one over there somewhere. Normally you have to find these things called temporal gears to set your spawn point. It's more like a man that's been like corrupted into the form of a crawly thing. I think I have mine set up to just spawn me where my bed is, Minecraft style, because again, I just don't want the stress of limited respawns and stuff. Dying is bad enough without the added stress of dealing with consumables for respawning and all kinds of things. Oh, what a lovely rift. What's up here? Bit of soil. I'm kind of hoping... This game's quite good at like draw distance and stuff, and I'm just kind of hoping I can stand at the top of this hill and maybe spot a Stargate or something. Otherwise, it's just going to be a long trek home, you know, which I'm not against, but it would be nice. Jesus, what the... Oh, it's a bear! Come on! That was pretty cool. He was stood up and everything. He was really aura farming up there. Jesus. That was pretty rad. What's this? Is that a sleeping fox? Yes. I just want to see how close I can get before he wakes up. You are sleeping, right? You're not dead? Hang on. Are you dead? Oh, he's dead. He's sleeping. Pat, 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 pat. Oh, lots of quartz up here. I don't really need quartz right now. One of the great things about having just like sheer rock faces is it's so easy to find. Holy shit, there's just fucking gold here. There's just gold. Can't mine it right now, but gold. Yeah, like it's easier to find like orbits and things. Oh, this is a real interesting hill. Oh, there's a fox that isn't dead. I bet that bear killed the other fox. Jesus, it's really kicking off over there. We were over there a few minutes ago. How is that? Is he going to go after that fox? I actually don't know what gold's useful for in this game. I mean, it's not useful in Minecraft either. Unless... I mean, it might be useful now. I don't know. But it didn't used to be useful in Minecraft. God, look at the distant... Like, I know it's a mod that it's not just built into the game, but it really should be, because look at that. Just look at how you can view so far away. And it's realistic, more or less. God, that's gorgeous. Oh, there's a ruin over there. Oh, we're starting to see things load in. I want to spot a Stargate. Alright, so there's some ruins. A forest. And nothing else. I know, I'm really thinking of turning around and just taking a trek back to the other gate that we came through, you know? Because you could keep going on forever and not finding another Stargate. Also, they can spawn underground in cave systems and stuff. So you might go through if you've not been to a gate before, you might go through and find yourself in a pitch dark cave Looks like an interesting spot. Say the thing. Oh, God, what was it? The old Obi-Wan Kenobi said. Just because my name's also Obi doesn't mean I know all of his lines. You know, my buddy who can do the voice, I should get him on sometime just to force him to do the voices. He's very good at voices. I do, in fact, have the high ground right now. Oh, God, just look. Oh, there's another trader down there. I can't really do a slow pan with my mouse, but just look at this game. It's gorgeous. I love this game. It's so constantly beautiful. I've taken so many screenshots. I mean, look at that abandoned arch of some ancient building that's all but gone. And then just some trader hanging out in a random pillar. I was really hoping I'd find a like a Stargate statue that would indicate there was a gate nearby, but no, I suppose not. Thumbnail. Man, if you think that I bother with thumbnails these days, you know, I used to have. I'm a perfectionist, and it's a problem because I will do video production stuff, and it has to be of the highest quality, or I will throw it away, or I'll never finish it because it has to be so good. It takes so much time and effort, and then I never finish it. And one of the things I wanted to do with streaming is just take a lot of that away and not be as much of a perfectionist. I still agonize. Look at the tower over there. I still agonize over like my audio levels. Wow, 2 towers. And Mr. Trader. I like getting my audio levels right and stuff like that, but I try not to agonize quite so much about like making thumbnails for things for the most part. I don't bother. Well, I did for one video. I do actually have a thumbnail thing. Hello, friend. What is your name? Wallace. Oh, man, we already got a Wallace on my island. Another clothing merchant. Dog, I don't need gambesoned helmet. Good day, sir. I don't need any gambesoned helmets. What I need is a Stargate. Oh, actually, what I need is water. Hang on, I'm dying here. Alright, there's a pond up ahead. Not sure if that massive... Is this water? Yeah, this is probably ocean. I don't think I would be able to drink this. It could just be a huge lake. Let's find some food. Oh yeah, let's find some food. Let's drink some more water and find some berries. Alright, keep your eyes peeled for berries. I mean, it's the middle of summer. It's bound to be berries everywhere. It's kind of weird that the moon is out at the same time as the sun, but I guess it's the time of year. Tempting. I'm hoping the levels are okay. I do... The perfectionist in me... If I do want to adjust the levels later for when I upload the archive of this to YouTube, it's going to be in a higher resolution and stuff than what you're seeing. But I do keep all the audio channels separate. They're all downmixed, of course, for the stream. But if I need to, I can adjust them in post, which is great. And OBS handles that nicely. Oh, look at this lovely flower pot. I'm taking that for my house. Can I take that? Can I take it? Am I going to destroy it? No, I can pick it up. Can I put flowers in it? That'd be cool. Someone used to live here with their estranged wife from the looks of it. Oh, copper. Yeah, I'll take some of that. Hang on. I just need to dump some things I don't really give a crap about. This is the problem with looting places. Alright, I don't really need those copper shears. I can always make more of them. What else don't I care about, really? My shovel? Yeah, don't really need my shovel. Good day, shovel. Give me the copper. And what's this? No, I don't need just the tip of a roof. Thank you. Is it really stealing from the dead if they're already dead? And if they died, like, hundreds of years ago? That was a scribe table. Oh, compost. Oh, that could actually be useful. I've not made compost yet. Where's it going? in here? Because it's fertilizer. I've never actually made fertilizer in this game. What's the button to take everything out? Oh, it's control. What's in this one? That's empty. Just a box full of poop, I guess. What's this? An elk medallion. I'll keep that. Leather's quite tricky to make, so you do have to go through a whole process to make leather. You have to like put it in barrels with certain kinds of chemicals and wait for it to do its thing. I'm not getting rid of these windows. I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna have to start ditching something. Maybe these apple trees. Well, you know, for now I don't have to ditch anything, but give me a Stargate. Alright, okay. You know what? Let me think. So, the Stargate I want is there. So if I kind of head this way and then back around, we will kind of work our way back whilst exploring, you know? Wait, what is that? Is that just a tree? Oh no, it's the moon setting. I wonder what that box in the sky was. Yeah, these windows are great. It takes a lot of effort to make windows in this game. Thus far, I just have, like, sticks. Actually, there's my pro tip. If you want some early windows in this game, just make some crude fences with sticks, and they work pretty well as quote-unquote windows, kind of, sort of. It's that, or you just leave a hole in your wall, but I think this works better. I love how you get snowy mountaintops. It gets cold up there. Like, I would freeze to death if I stayed up there for too long. You wouldn't say that while I was holding a knife, would you? I'm not a violent grave robber. I mean, I wait till they're dead. That's the whole point. Well, look, a waterfall. I've not seen one of them before. And a window, I think. So what games do you play then, besides Helldivers, when you stream? And actually, I guess I was about to ask if... I was about to say, like, oh, what's your channel name? But of course it's going to be your username, isn't it? I'd follow you now, but I think if I click out of this window, the game won't like it, so I won't be doing that for the moment. I wish my frame rate were a little bit better. I mean, it's okay, but it's not the 60 it should be at, you know? Get up on one of these hills, look around. See, is that another trader? This is the thing about the Stargate mod. I feel like I have to justify essentially adding like fast travel cheats to the game, because as you can see, like, there aren't gates everywhere. They're somewhat rare. They're hard to find. And they might not be... I got really lucky with having one on my tiny island near my house, but it might not actually... Like, the nearest gate to you might not even be anywhere near your house. What the hell is that? That's a baby raccoon. Good day, sir. Where's this trader? They're reasonably rare enough that it still feels cool when I find them. One of the reasons my frame rate is slightly lower than it should be here is because the server is generating new land as I walk in this direction, and that always chunks things a little bit. Power washer, man, you should come do my house. I need a power washer. I want a power washer. There's a lot of things I need to power wash. Oh, you can see the layer of quartz up there. That's kind of cool. Yeah, ores generally form in layers. But they don't have to be horizontal. They could be like sliding layers if there's like subduction layers and things. See, I know rockologist terms. GeoGuessr, man, I used to, when I worked in a hospital, when I worked in radiology, and we would have a lot of downtime because, like, you know, you put the patient on the quiet trader, I'm talking. You put the patient on the MRI table, you know, you set up your sequences, you hit go, and you might just be sat there for the better part of 10 minutes, just kind of barely doing anything, waiting essentially. So there was a lot of GeoGuessr going on because we needed unfettered access to the internet. We had IT give us full access to YouTube and stuff because sometimes patients would bring a CD with them to listen to some relaxing music because a lot of people found MRIs and stuff, you know, claustrophobic and so on. But sometimes they wouldn't bring something and they would just request something and we'd pull YouTube up and then play it through the speakers in the room. So we were able to whip GeoGuessr out and play that sometimes. Some people are really good at that game, GeoGuessr. For those who don't know, GeoGuessr is a game where you get dumped in a random place on Google Street View and have to put a pin in the map on where you think it is in the world, and some people are in, like, can get it down to within several feet. It's insane. Hello, strange old man. Or should I call you Temper? What does he sell? Oh, artisanal stuff. So more stuff I don't care about, but you know, like nice flower pots and things. Shame he won't buy my flower pot. Oh, I forgot I need food. I'm slowly dying. Alright. Let's scan the horizon for... Ah, berries. Perfect. What else? Trackmania. Oh, Trackmania! God, I never played it, but I've seen it played. God, I've not heard the name Trackmania in years, man. That game's still going then? Has it still got a community? Still people tracking it up? Because that game really flourished in all of the like custom servers and stuff. Man, that game was cool to watch people play. They should make another one. Alright, that was not enough food. Give me more food. Ah, more berries. See what I mean? The summer. Like, the summer is... it does not prepare you for the winter. Drop my knife for a minute. Because there's just food around every corner in the summer. But in the winter, you have to have prepared for that stuff. And you're more or less only going to find the food that you yourself have. Alright, now I put my knife down over here somewhere. Knifey? Knifey? Is that you? There you are. Knifey! Look, it's a piece of flint strapped to a stick. It'll do. Alright. Onward. Actually, where was I going? Did I ever... Oh yeah, I was going this way. In general. Kill it with fire. I don't know that game. Ooh! Oh, this is interesting. Oh, look at this little valley down here. I bet it's warm down there. Okay, so it's 23 degrees up here. Wow, this is a cool little place. Look at that. Huh. Wow. That's really neat. Is there anything, like, down there besides one fruit tree? Which I'm not going to bother going after. Not really, but it's a neat place. You could build a little base here, couldn't you? Huh. Oh, Dangio here with the hot takes. Let me see. They fucked Trackmania badly, making it a free-to-play live service game with no Wait, hang on. No servers? What, did they make it so you can't run dedicated servers anymore? Because that was the whole point. Like, running dedicated servers. I mean, look, I never played the game. I only kind of... I used to watch some streamers, like Jeff Gersman, Giant Bomb Guys, when they used to stream it. They had their own community server. But it would play, like, cool music, cool pop music and shit. And they'd have cool, like, rotations of maps and stuff. I used to really enjoy watching them play through what the community had created, you know. Racing games were never my thing. But that was the one racing game I actually enjoyed watching people play. It almost wasn't even a racing game. It was more of a puzzle game. You know, like, where do I need my car to be at any given moment in order to get through this section, and if you fail it, you start again. Oh Jesus, I almost fell off this cliff. I was just really appreciating this unusual structure over here. This is such an... You know what? I'm just... Hang on. Very cool valley. What should I... Maybe an apple. Yeah, I want to remember this place. This place is dope. Alright, don't fall off the cliff. Walk back from the ledge. Oh, that's interesting. That kind of sucks. So you can't just run a dedicated server. Man, that's very stupid. I mean, if it were a console game, sure. But, like, it's a PC game. I assume it's probably out on console as well. But, like, you should be able to run your own dedicated servers for that stuff. I guarantee someone out there somewhere has some... I mean, if they can reverse engineer World of Warcraft servers... Trackmania will be alive and well. What kind of tree is this? Larch. I don't have a larch tree. This is a cool looking tree. I don't have larch back home. Interesting. I'll collect a seed one day. Man, that is a really interesting little valley. I can kind of see the other side now. Still nothing there. This is so different to how I normally play. I mean, I do go on my little jaunts and my little, you know, explorations. God, seeing all that stuff in the distance is so cool. Oh, another trader. Oh, I guess I'll head down and say hello. But I often spend a lot of time at home, you know, prepping, building out my little farmstead and stuff. This, you know, this is great too. I think a lot of the this kind of area comes from the Plains and Valleys mod, which is one of the bajillion mods. I only have about 50 mods or something, but it really mixes up the world gen to, you know, give you really cool plains and valleys, lots of open grasslands and stuff, and it just gives you more interesting locales to visit. Is that another church I see? It may very well be another church. Let's get down here. Let's rob these people. I should probably, seeing as I have my pick with me, I should probably be actually prospecting just to see what's around, but that would be effort. What is this? Oh, it's mushrooms. I don't care about mushrooms. Ah, bony soil. It's a shame I'm not collecting it right now. You can get some good stuff from bony soil. Jewelry, but also like... Just heard a cockerel. You know what? Let me tell you a little something about cockerels, all right? Because we've got a couple down at the allotments. If you don't know what allotments are... Oh, that's a whole... I'll tell you in a minute, but there's a cockerel down there anyway. I assumed that cockerels were like they were in TV and movies, right? And they crowed when the sun rose once. This is not the case. Oh wow. I didn't know I could do that. This is not the case. They just keep going. I mean, it makes perfect sense. Birds don't just like make a noise once a day. They obviously keep doing their thing. And I mean, basically it is a loud and distinctive bird that starts making noise when the sun comes up. But it doesn't stop. You know what I mean? Yeah, roosters, yeah. I have learned that lesson. So an allotment is an allotment of land, thus the name, that the government gives to people. It was a kind of a World War II thing when there were food shortages in the UK because we rely a lot on imported stuff and there was a lot of trouble importing things. So the government were like, all right, we're going to parcel out little allotments of land and we're going to give them to people who don't have their own gardens at home so that they can grow their own vegetables and things to kind of take the pressure off the system. And they still exist and there are allotments everywhere still. And it's basically like £40 a year or something for a patch of land about the size of like a house's footprint. And you can grow loads of stuff there. This isn't a church. This is some kind of watchtower, and I'm unable to climb the stairs. There we go. There are no windows here to steal. Don't make me parkour up here. Oh, you. Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. Hang on. This is like a teleporter. It doesn't work. Okay, let's make a waypoint. But I think they can be fixed. Seems to be missing a couple of... Oh, if I bring some temporal gears here... So the game does have its own, like, teleportery system, although they're quite rare and you do have to fix them up. Cool. Alright, I've made a note of that. I don't know how these things work. I've never used them before. But noted. Hey, while we're here... I wish I could see what direction I'm looking in on the minimap. Anything over there besides a cool tree? I could just wander this world forever, but then winter would come and I would freeze to death with no food or supplies. But man, this game is just... Oh. You're probably tired of me saying that. And then a rooster came into my yard. Do. There's an old Irish song called, I think it's just called Rooster or something. It's a comedy about various animals that aren't producing whatever animals need to produce, and then a rooster comes into the yard and sorts them right out, and they start producing again. It's funny if you actually listen to the lyrics, not if you just hear me badly describe the plot. A lot of old Irish folk music is very comedic. They got a lot of stuff going on. You know what? I don't need my axe. I do want some rye, though. I think I already had some rye. Alright, well, maybe I do want my axe then. Where's my axe? Alright, got it back. My dog's in the house. Guess what I named my dog? I'll give you a clue. It's named after a video game horse, which seemed like a good idea at the time because no one else named their dog this, and I liked that video game and I liked the horse in the video game, so it made a lot of sense. Ooh, was that lavender? Heather. Ooh, lovely. Ooh, turnips. Alright, fine. Well, oh yeah, there's some turnips. I'm not going to be able to carry both, am I? Ah, I need to dump something. It's getting pretty late, and I'm nowhere near the Stargate yet. Where is the Stargate? It's there. I need to turn in that direction now. Okay. All right. I don't need my knife, I guess. Really ditching things. Where's the rest of these turnips? Let's see if I get some seeds. All that for one turnip? You know what? Screw it. I want my knife back. Where'd it go? Ooh, more turnips. God, that one turnip. All right. Let's get out of here. Oh. What was the question? I see you said, of you saying what? I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh! Look at this. That's one of the Stargate statues. That means there's a gate around here somewhere. That would be a convenient... You know what? It could just be that that's the statue, and it's... Hang on. And it's talking about... Well, no, the gate's way too far away. There must be a gate near here somewhere. Oh, man. Daniel, dial the gate. We're getting home. Find the thing. This is why the statues are so handy, because the gate might just be... The thing is, seeing as I'm in this forest, I may actually not find the Stargate. That's not it. Oh, you can see the little golden thing. And there's another one, I bet. I wonder if that... I wonder if I can spot any more on the map. There's one. There's one. What does that mean? The gate could be anywhere. Let's just mark this for now. I think that's probably a statue. It could mean anything. Does it kind of mean the gate? We're going to be sleeping out here again, aren't we? How are you? Oh, it must be late there. Yeah. There's a couple of lovely some of my first viewers, in fact, the first person that really engaged with me and was chatty and fun and interesting, Fun Filthy actually is his username. He's in Australia, and it was always so nice of him to spend the time, especially because like it gets so late there compared to here. Almost like we live on a rotating ball thing. What is it they always say about the Earth? It's not actually a sphere; it's an oblate spheroid. There's a fact that will turn your date off. Yeah, use that one when you're on a hot date. Now, video game. Actually, I didn't mean to do that. What the hell is Pendle tight? There's copper nearby. I wanted area sample mode. I think is that. Wait, no, that's not what I wanted. I want distance mode. Is that what I wanted? Oh, I want density. God, I'm an idiot. Let me do this and then I'll read chat. Hang on. This better be far enough away. Oh, god damn it, it wasn't. One more sample. Is this a rock? It is. Very poor fresh water. Okay, there's a bit of copper, a bit of cassiterite, cinnabar. All right, what's chat going on about? That's right, I do have a Discord, Mr. Bots. It's a very small Discord. I'll tell you what though, I only ever send out like notification alerts for the streams. I'm not one of those. I don't run one of those crappy Discords where they're constantly pinging people about bullshit. It's just stream alerts. But you can suggest other games there and stuff like that. Rift activity is high. Interesting. Well, let's go to sleep. What's a donut? My dog certainly isn't called Donut. Oh. It's a donut. It's a donut. Ah, the planet's a donut. Yes. God, I hate myself sometimes. Trying to remember what I've been talking about. They had a donut planet in that Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy movie. Oh yeah, I don't have my knife anymore. Just have this turnip now. Noted. I guess I'll carry my pick. Alright. I was really hoping I could find the Stargate, but all I'm finding is wolves. The thing is, the forests in this game can be quite good in how dense they are, which I really appreciate. I bet Minecraft has good dense forests these days, but when I played it, you wouldn't get anything that looked this good at all. The quote-unquote forests the game had at the time were not very dense. I mean, the jungle was. The jungle was the only biome that did it well, and it did it really well. But you wouldn't get a regular forest like this. Man, I know there's a Stargate here somewhere. But where? Hang on, let's look at this again. Could that be a statue, maybe? No, probably not. I'd never find the actual gate from here, especially if it's under a tree. But, like, I think there was a statue there. There was a statue there. I think this is a statue. And so, but without a third point of reference, it doesn't really tell me anything, if I'm honest. I'm not going to find anything, am I? You do get bamboo in this game. Down in warmer climates, I guess? Can I get up here without... No. Yes, resin. I know. I only point that out because people that play the game will be like, oh my god, resin! Oh, this is very claustrophobic at this point. I don't mind a bit of a forest, but my word, there's a forest and then there's this. I'm never going to find a Stargate in this. I'm going to give up on the Stargate dreams for now. I'm going to get out of the woods. I'm going to run to the actual gate that I know where it is, because we've got things to do at home. I've got food to cook and plants to prep and... God. Wouldn't mind finding the gate, though. If it would just appear in front of me, that'd be nice. What's that over there? Oh, that is... Yeah, I was right about that being the second statue, because it's over here. And I saw it on the minimap, now that I know what they look like. So here it is. Just run past all of these birdies and their little chicks. And the fox. So this tells me there's a gate nearby. Yes. And here comes the sun. It's finally coming up. This is like a Thor's hammer looking thing from the show. I mean, maybe if I got up on that hill and had a look around the area. But like, we know that there's a statue here and a statue here, but without a third point of reference, you know. Yeah, well, the sun's coming up now. Don't worry. What was I going to say before about something? I don't know. I'm a terrible forgetter. Oh, my dog. Before I forget, is called Roach, named after the horse from The Witcher. And I think Roach is kind of an anglicization of like an Eastern European word that just means horse. I think that's the gag. He just calls his horse, basically. But in English, it's translated to Roach for whatever reason. Ricky! The Conquest mod makes the game look so much better than it is currently. Are we talking this game or Minecraft? I only ask because we were just talking about Minecraft a minute ago and how it didn't look as good as this. Alright, now I can see things. Is that tower I was in earlier? Maybe. Probably. Alright, do we see a Stargate? Right, where are we looking? So, there's one of the statues. The other one is there. So there's statue number 2. There's statue number 1. Now, this could mean that the gate could be anywhere in the vicinity. I don't know if they tend to come up, like, around the gate, or if they're just randomly where the gate is. This is kind of why I added this mod as well. I think that's a trader over there. Alright. Scan the tree line for Stargates. See, now it feels like we're in Stargate. We're in Vancouver. The new Stargate show, by the way, there is going to be a new show, and it's filming in the UK. At least the sets are. They're building the sets in the UK, and they're going to be shooting in various on location places around the world. But I wonder how they're going to make it feel like Stargate, because for those who don't know, Stargate's outdoor stuff was like almost entirely shot just in the woods in Vancouver. And it's a very distinctive kind of vibe to the area. And it's just not going to feel like Stargate if they don't shoot in the woods in Vancouver anymore. So I'm wondering if they are going to do that. Oh, like a fox. I think we're going to have to give up on the Stargate, guys. It would have been nice to find it, but oh well. Let's look over here. Maybe it's on this side of the mountain. The X-Files. The X-Files, are they bringing back the X-Files? They did bring it back for a while. Yeah. Speaking of the X-Files, they brought it back for a while, and it wasn't great. I was speaking to someone relatively recently about this, because he didn't realize that because he'd watched the X-Files more recently, and he didn't realize that the last season of the X-Files actually came out after at least 10-year hiatus. Like, that show got cancelled and was done, and then they made another quote-unquote season, like a half-season thing, with some, a younger replacement cast that they were going to bring in. I mean, they also had Mulder and Scully there to bridge the gap. But it was back when they did the same thing with Scrubs, where they had, a new, younger cast, and they were trying to transition away from the main cast to these new, young, hip people. By the way, the new Scrubs show is actually good. Like, the new one that's only just started a few weeks ago, actually good. Actually a good show. If you like Scrubs, it just feels like kind of a natural continuation. Alright, I give up. There's no Stargate here. I love the X-Files. I do. Give me the cigarette smoking man any day. I wonder if he's still alive. Oh, I bet he's probably passed away. He wasn't exactly young when they were filming that show. All the cool old people who were old decades ago are dead now for some reason. It's probably a conspiracy. Mulder should get on that. Right, where's the gate? The actual gate I was headed towards is over here. I'm kind of the same distance away from my house. But I'll head to the gate. You never know, I might spot something interesting on the way. I've not been here before. Or I might just run off a cliff. It does seem to be getting a little bit steep. Wait a minute. Oh, I thought that tiny circle of leaves was a Stargate. Look, it looks a bit Stargatey, doesn't it? Like the little circle. I'm going insane. I've been away from my tiny hut for too long. What is this? Native copper? Yes, please. Can I... You know what the weird thing is? You have to, like, either be holding the appropriate nugget to pick it up. It's really, really weird. You know what? Screw it. I know where it is. I don't have my spade anymore. It's been a long road getting from here to there, hasn't it? So the gate could be down here because the statue is over there somewhere. So we might just walk past the Stargate. You never know. So the version of, speaking of mods and things, the version that I'm playing is slightly outdated because I set up all these mods like about a year ago when I first did like a 50-hour playthrough. And this is my second playthrough. I'm about 8 hours into it now. And I didn't change the game at all. I was just like, you know what? Let's keep everything just how I like it. Because I didn't want to spend another half a week like updating mods and finding out some amazing mod that I can't live without is broken now and blah blah blah. So I just played the version that I've spent all this time setting up. And it's 1.20.12, 1.20.12. I know I'm... Okay, it's just this bit of a hill I need to get over now. Can I get over the hill, please? Will you let me up without me having to place blocks and break blocks? That'd be nice. Ooh. Damn trees, I can't see anything. What's that noise? Oh, I must have been near a rift. I think I nudged a rift for a moment there. Kind of wish I wasn't digging with my turnip, but you know what? I guess it was worth it. Alright, let me read chat here. I think the thing with the... And what Raven's talking about, I did toss away my shovel, it's true. But you know what? I got a turnip out of it and probably some copper and things. I'll make another shovel when we get home, it's fine. What's that? Oh, a butterfly. Oh, that's nice. Oh, the one thing I know about this game is that the developer put a lot of butterflies in because his wife loves butterflies, so there's a huge variety of butterflies in the game. That's the one vintage story fact I know. What the hell was that? Oh, it's probably a deer or something. Okie dokie. Hang on, I'm getting comfortable in real world times. Silence. Oh man, am I going to have to clamber over some stuff again? Oh, hello. Oh no, I can go this way. It's a beautiful day. Horrors abound, but not here. Alright, okay. Is that a raccoon again? Oh no, it's a rabbit. Or, is that a rabbit? Not sure. Where am I going? Where's the Stargate? If I go straight west, that's the best route. Okay. Don't fall down a hole. It's been a long road getting from there to here. It's been a long time, but my time is finally here. I will see my dream come alive at last. I will touch the sky. They're not going to hold me down no more. No, they're not going to change my mind. I had to wait till... If anyone doesn't know, that's the lyrics to Star Trek Enterprise. When did that come out? Like 2001, 2002? I had to wait till it came out on home video to watch that because it sounds so old-fashioned, but back then we only had... Like, if you were reasonably wealthy, middle class or whatever, you had Sky, which is like satellite TV, like Americans would have cable TV, right? And like that's how you got a bajillion channels. But if you couldn't afford that, you just had the free TV, which was just, you know, you put an antenna on top of your house, and there were only 4 channels. I remember when they started the 5th TV channel. Named Channel 5 creatively. I mean, to be fair, like some of the channels had interesting names. You had BBC 1 and BBC 2. You had ITV, which was like independent TV, because originally TV in this country was just like run by the government. It was just the BBC, the British Broadcasting Corporation. But eventually, when TV really took off, people were like, you know what? Like, we shouldn't let the government just monopolize this. So we should be able to have like another channel. So independent TV was born, you know, and they were able to run like ads for businesses and all kinds of things. Like the BBC doesn't run external adverts or anything. They'll show trailers for their own shows and stuff, but because it's a license fee funded thing. What the hell is that? There's a storm coming. Like, they won't show ads for businesses and stuff because that's not how they roll. ITV will, though. And then eventually they brought in Channel 4, which was just named Channel 4 for whatever reason. And then Channel 5 came out. I remember when Channel 5 got started. For a while there, the transmitters they were using for Channel 5 were crap. Their coverage was awful, so some people just couldn't pick it up at all, and some people, they could pick it up, but the signal was terrible. I am going to die of dehydration. Can I drink this? This looks oceany, so I probably can't. You know what? There's a pond over here I can drink. Oh, look at that. That's a beautiful tree. That's a nice tree. Look what kind of tree is that? Crimson maple. Oh, that's lovely. That's a nice tree. Right, where's this pond? Up ahead. Okay. Oh, ABC, yeah. What's that stand for? The Australian Broadcasting Corporation? Is radio similar? In terms of the BBC, yeah. Yeah, the BBC, to my knowledge, they don't run ads for other stuff. I don't listen to a lot of... no, I'm pretty sure they only run ads for their own stuff on radio. It's the same thing. When I listen to the radio... Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to eat this turnip. Fuck this turnip. When I listen to the radio nowadays, when I very rarely do, it's usually not the BBC. It's usually like... There's a radio station called XFM that plays a lot of music I like here in Manchester. Alright, where the hell am I going? Alright, I'm headed there. I'm going there. I don't listen to the radio much now, to be fair. Not anymore. Really, it was when I used to go to college, I think, was when I really used to listen to the radio every day. And that was like the late 2000s. So yeah, it's been a while since I moved away from radio. I mean, around about the time I got an MP3 player. And nowadays we all just have MP3 players built into our phones. So I just don't need the radio anymore. The radio, for the most part, there's a terrible radio station that epitomizes what I don't like about radio. Oh my god. Another one of these. I think, yeah, this one's here because the gate's over here. So like this one is just indicating that the Stargate we're headed towards is in the vicinity. Interesting to see the distance, though. Yeah, and I can see the orange of it. Makes me wonder where that other gate was. And what's this? Yeah, there's so much to explore. What was I saying? Something about radio? God, imagine living with me. And how I forget things. Oh, there's the gate down there. I forget things all the time. What was I saying? Something about radio and MP3 players. I don't recall. I had a really great Creative Zen MP3 player. Yeah, an MP4 is a really great container. And then you have Apple trying to get funny with M4A and stuff like that. Alright, let me read chat for a moment. Man, and my Creative Zen was one that had like a little colour display. It was fantastic. It was so cool. Where's my watch? Took my watch off before this stream to charge it and forgot to put it back on again. You know, it's funny because watches went out of vogue there for a while. Most people stopped wearing watches. Like when smartphones became a thing, or not even smartphones, but like when people started carrying phones and didn't need a watch to know what time it was when they were going places. But more so with smartphones. People just kind of stopped wearing watches because they weren't so necessary. But now that people have like sports, like fitness tracking watches, I feel like watches are becoming more of a thing again. And like checking notifications from your phone on the such and such. I don't know what any of the watches are called, okay? Mine is just a Fitbit that tracks my like heart rate and stuff. What are those fancy ones called? What are those, like, not the Apple ones, they'll just be called something silly like the Apple Watch, something very boring. But like what is a big popular like smartwatch brand? Samsung probably has something, right? Mine wasn't 40 gigs. That's definitely a bit later. Mine was, I think, 4 gigs, but it had a memory card slot. Not even like micro SD, just regular SD card size. And so I got an 8 gigabyte SD card. So I guess I had about 12 gigs of storage on that thing. And you could even play videos, which was silly, really. But okay, 1X CVLHB. OO. The 1X and the OO seem to be quite common. It must be the general like address for this area. I wonder what happens if you stand inside the thing as it washes out, because in Stargate it would vaporize you, so I've never tried it. You have a pocket watch. Oh, that's cool. I wouldn't mind a pocket watch. I think a pocket watch would be one of those things that wouldn't, because it's not very practical these days. And here's a little bit of history for you, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. In this case, I'm wrong about a lot of things, but basically, men didn't used to wear wristwatches. Men had pocket watches. And then World War I came along, and we didn't have radio and such to communicate, and we needed to arrange times to do things, times to fire artillery barrages, times to go over the top and so on, between various different groups of soldiers who weren't in direct contact. So they needed wristwatches because pocket watches would fall out and so on. They needed something strapped to their arm that they could, synchronize time with. So, and then they came back from the war, and wristwatches were suddenly, popular as a thing that men wore instead of just ladies. And that's why men wear wristwatches. Or that's why the pocket watch kind of went out of vogue, generally. Now, if that's apocryphal, I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure that's true, but by all means, correct me if I'm wrong. I try not to give out false facts. Remember the house? Seems like so long ago now. Did we catch anything? No. I mean, something knocked over this trap, but we didn't catch anything. Stand in what? Stand in the stand in... maybe I will at some point. These cabbages are almost ready. These carrots are getting there. Turnips. The flax is doing alright. Oh, some of these turnips are ready. Replant some of these. I will be wrapping up pretty soon. There's only so much that I know you guys can stomach watching me run around like a headless chicken playing video games in one day. But it's been lovely. It really has. I wasn't sure if anyone would care about someone playing Vintage Story on a stream. Ooh, the carrots are ready. I can't hold them though. Tell you what I can do though. This was really... see what I mean about like a crude fence kind of working as a really like crude window? It kind of works. Look at that though. Look at that. Ah, beautiful. Ha. Wait, what's in 2 days for you? What did I say? What did I say? What did I have? I wish I could look it up right now, but I think this game might not like it if I... Hang on, let's see. Seeing as we're coming to a close anyway, let's see if I can just pull up something here. What do I have? Creative Zen. I just Google Creative Zen. It was just that one, but what's it called? Oh, okay, it was just called the Creative Zen 8GB. Yeah. That's just what it was. It was such a good... And in the end, I had it for a really long time, but yeah, it was just the Creative Zen is what it was called. I went out one day, years later with it, and went on a walk, and it was raining, and the rain got into my like coat pocket and just ruined it. Just water damage. I was so bummed out, because that thing still worked great. Oh, the stream... Yeah. Oh, right, because it's past midnight. It's 3 hours now, jeez. But now we have the fun of being home again, relaxing with pictures of haunted bunnies. And I can store all my crap I can finally get rid of. So what did we actually get on that little haul? We got compost, that's going to be useful. Leather, definitely useful. We got some iron meteorite. We got some lead. We got some bismuth, some copper, more copper. But most importantly, I was looking for the tin, which we also got. This cassiterite here. And a bunch of turnips. No, we just picked those. Grains, flower pot. I don't really have anywhere to put the flower pot just yet. Where could I put a flower pot? My house isn't really ready for flower pots. Can I put it on this shelf? Ah, it has to go on the floor. You know what? Maybe here. I have a little one of these so I can just scoop some water out of this bucket and drink it. Maybe I'll just put that there. Can I, like, plant something in this? Can I plant a turnip? Did I plant it? Probably not. Oh, that is a hell of a storm. Which I can now appreciate outside of my lovely aged leaded glass panes. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. That looks nice. It was all worth it. What was that noise? Why do things sound creepy all of a sudden? What's going on? Was that in real life? What is amaranth? What is that? I found like one seed for amaranth. I have no idea what it is. Good day, sirs. I don't care about that crap anymore. Alright. What am I storing here? I'm going to put my pick away. Put my other pick away. I have enough tree cuttings now. Right. Apple tree. Pink apple tree? Does that mean the apples are going to be pink or the leaves are going to be pink? Let's try planting it somewhere. Here maybe. I have a couple of trees. I have this yellow apple tree. Yeah, I guess the leaves aren't yellow. And this other yellow apple tree that's coming along nicely. And a pear tree over here, which is alive. But as you'll see here, if I hover over this, there's a 40% chance that this cutting will actually take. It might not. And some of them haven't. But it's nice to find so many of them. Get out of my face! Stuff I don't want. Oh, here's a mod I have. Look at this. I'm not closing it. It closes itself. It's just so convenient because by default you have to manually open and close. Well, you have to manually close doors. I have to open the door, but it will close itself. Thank God. It's so useful. The crooked pot. It's nice that you can place things crookedly, though, isn't it? And this being able to pick up things like this is also a mod. Like okay, let's say this is where my money is. But let's say this was a crate that was full of stuff. Normally in the game, I think you would have to empty everything out and pick it up into your inventory. But I can shift and click, and then I'm actually carrying it, and I can physically move it, even if it's a big heavy object, which is really cool. I like that. You can do that for all kinds of things, like even the anvil. Because I'm not sure how you would normally pick up the anvil. But you can pick it up and move around. And you move really slowly when you're carrying it. But you can totally carry it around. I think the mod's called Carry On. You can also like carry certain stuff on your back. Oh, look at that back. We got that backpack today. The Hunter's backpack. Oh man. I like this game. Hey, remember that storage vessel we made at the start? It's ready. It's finally finished cooking in the kiln. It probably finished like 2 days ago. Let's just put it here for now. Now I can store things in there. Alright. Sorry, I'm not answering questions here. I do Helldivers every Tuesday at the moment. Which kind of works out, I think. Yeah, every Tuesday at 11 AM UK time. And normally I do like World of Tanks on a Wednesday and then World of Warships on a Thursday. I just wasn't really feeling tanks today. Let's stare directly at the sun. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed just a little window into my wanderings in this world. There is so much to see. Maybe I'll just load out into the main menu and show a little list of the mods, just so that you can see some of the stuff I've got in here. And take a moment to save and get back to the main menu. Because there's a vast variety of things. There's stuff to improve on the cooking system and new recipes and stone bake ovens and all kinds of stuff. Alright, let me give the game a moment to figure itself out. Yeah, and like as you say there with the puppies, like the ability to kind of kidnap wolf puppies and train them into like pet dogs and cats and things. And give it a second. It always does this. There we go. Cooking stuff. Oh, I do have the animal cages thing. I guess I can. I've never used it, but I guess I can catch animals in a cage. We should figure out how to do that. More types of lanterns, windows that you can make without needing lead, Astria Porter, which is the Stargate mod, auto map markers, so useful because you need to add markers on your map for so many things. So if there's something like or if it's copper nuggets, then it will mark it on the map when you pick them up. Or if it's something like, oh, there's some clay in the ground, you just like look at it and press shift to crouch, and it'll make a note of it. I don't know what this does. Probably something that some mod needs. Oh, the bed spawn thing. Yep, that's good. Improved weather, improved fire pits, blah blah blah. Better prospecting, better ruins. We saw some of the really cool ruins that you get with that thing. Other ways of making sticks, because yeah, if I've got firewood, I can just get a hatchet and make sticks with firewood. Depends what you think of as a stick, but I can make stick-like pieces of wood. You can have really big cellars. Oh, this is a useful one. So in my first playthrough, remember I played about 55 hours, I didn't find any beehives at all. Whereas in this playthrough, I already found some, which is why I have some beehives. And the thing is, you're supposed to run around in the forest and listen for the buzzing of bees, but sometimes I just don't hear it. So this mod is really handy, especially if you're hard of hearing, because it will literally put the text on the screen bzzz, if you're near a beehive. This mod doesn't work for me at the moment. It's supposed to replace the tiny little cubes that are supposed to be bees with actual bees. Doesn't work. Carry On, we just mentioned. Lets you carry thing. Cats. What else we got? Blah, blah, blah. Something about stairs. Oh yeah, you know how in Minecraft when you place stairs, you get like you can make the stairs go in different shapes when they're connected to each other. You have to get a mod for that in this game. Although apparently I have it turned off, so maybe it's broken. Yeah, maybe it's broken. All right, let me. Yeah, I bet it is hard to hear in the pouring rain. You know, the one thing that I wish the game did a bit differently, which it may do in the newer version, I don't know, but the sound of rain is always just kind of pitter pattery, and wind. Is it rain or wind? The wind, like, oftentimes it will say there's a violent storm going on, but the rain will sound really like chill. But sometimes the rain does sound heavy, doesn't it? We just had a pretty big rainstorm, but sometimes it says violent storm in the corner, or like it'll be really windy and you can barely hear the wind and you can barely hear the rain. But I don't know. More random stuff. You can feed animals different things. Like, I've not even done the animal husbandry stuff yet. More foods. Farmland drops soil. Okay. Well, what else? Oh yeah, this is the one. I do recommend this one if it's compatible with your version of the game, Farseer. It really adds to the cool immersion of being able to see far away terrain. It doesn't affect your FPS. It's really quite kind in that manner, and we've seen a lot of that today. It looks really cool. Fields and plateaus. There's one of those world gen things to give you cool. I think I called it fields and valleys or something. I guess that's what that is. Oh, I can tame foxes. It's been so long since I set up this mod list. This thing improves bee stuff. Oh yeah, this one makes sure that trees always drop a seed. Because like, you remember that cool like red maple we passed earlier? If you play the regular game, you might chop that tree down, you might chop all the leaves off and then chop the tree down in the hopes to get a seed, and you might not, and it might be the only tree of that type that you've ever seen, and you might pull your hair out. But this just makes sure you always get a seed out of it. And I have one somewhere that auto plants the seeds, so if you chop a tree down and you don't pick the seed up, it will just replant itself and grow a new tree, which is kind of just a neat little. It's just neat. I like neat little mods like that. Yeah, Fields and Plateaus is so beautiful. Helvhammer stuff. See, I've never even made a Helvhammer. Hides don't rot. I think that was because like I wasn't going to do leatherworking for a long time, and I wanted to collect lots of hides and not just have them all rot away and blah blah blah. The hood clock. Oh, this is a patch. But that was the thing in the top left that showed a bunch of information. That's kind of handy. It shows what time of day it is and the temperature and things. This is the thing that adds, you need to drink water and you get thirsty and stuff. This is the thing that means your torches don't burn out. Some of these are really obvious, right? Infinite torches. Oh, you know what? I don't really need this one. This one's been annoying. Aging firewood. Oh, really? By default, the crocs can only hold 4 servings. I think six servings is okay. Yeah. I eat tiny meals. Mannequins? Okay. Metal cookware? This is as new to me as it is to you, because I set all this up last June and I've not looked at it since then. Cool windmills. I know there's a whole. I think this thing adds all kinds of interesting windmills and stuff. New molds, more animals, human skin colors so that I don't look blue, because I just want to look like, a person. I got a lot of mods, but as you can kind of see, I'd like to think that some people would definitely say that X is cheating or Y is cheating, and it totally is. Some of this stuff avoids annoying mechanics that I don't like, and yeah, totally, you can call it cheating. But I'm happy. I'm happy. I'd like to think that none of these mods, except maybe the Stargate one, stand out in any way as being not like an in not something that integrates well into the lore and the world building and stuff. Like, you might look around. What do we got here? Oh, there, Plains and Valleys. Oh, it was another one. Okay, Plains and Valleys. Yes. like this mod that just makes the pumpkins look cooler. Like if you see a pumpkin in the world and you don't know that it's this mod, you would just think that's how pumpkins look in the game, and that's what I like. Primitive survival, everyone has that mod. That's really good. It adds traps and fishing and all kinds of things. I actually think the game did the game add fishing? What's the watersheds mod? Do I have that one? And if not, what does it do? That sounds like a toilet mod. It sounds like a water closet kind of a thing. You know what? It is perfectly balanced ish, I'd like to think. And if there are any mods that like change things that are too unbalanced, I just don't use that part of the mod. Oh, it adds rivers. I wonder if I have that one. I might do. There are a few mods that I really wanted to have, but they weren't compatible with everything. They were throwing errors and stuff. Like I think there was one that like changes caves and stuff, but I just couldn't use it sadly. Real Smoke is the one I got just the other day that changes how the well, funnily enough, changes how the smoke works so that it rises and will asphyxiate you if it has nowhere to go. Blah blah blah. Oh yeah, pauses sounds when the game's paused because if I pause the game and tab out, I don't want it to still be making noise, and I think it used to make noise. Is the scarecrow not a default thing? Huh. Yeah, because you get hares and raccoons and maybe even birds. I think because I've got that mod that adds a bunch of birds, some of them will fly into your garden and peck away at your plants, I think. So you can use a scarecrow to deal with that, which is nice. Stone baking oven, tankards and goblets, because who doesn't want cool cups to drink out of? What else? Visible ore. I wonder. One of the mods I have, I think, makes the ore like pop a little bit better from the rocks, so that it's easier to see. Like, oh yeah, there's ore in that rock, and I bet this is that one. It must be. Because otherwise, some of the ores, depending on what rocks they're in, might be a little hard to visibly spot. And look, if I've already done all the work of finding the ore and I'm stood next to it, at least let me identify it. What else have we got in here? Oh, there are definitely cheats. I mean, you could straight up just change your game mode, Minecraft style, and just spawn whatever you want. I don't think there's much in the way of cheats though if you don't go to creative. It depends. It depends, right? Because like the ability to make sticks by chopping firewood, some people would say, "Oh, that's a cheat because you should go out there and rummage in the bushes to get some sticks." But it's firewood. I can make sticks from firewood, and I already have to have the firewood, and it uses up my axe. I'm okay with that. That works. Yeah, okay. I'm happy with this. And there's the wolf taming one, and that zoom button I just added. Is it just that one mod I had turned off? Yeah, I guess I have connected stairs off. It must be broken or something. Maybe I will try and catch a. Now that I know that I can maybe make an animal cage, maybe next time I'll make an animal cage. And we'll try and catch a wolf pup. I don't know how you tame them after you've caught them. I'll have to read the details. Because yeah, I think you can pet the dog once you have a dog. I think you can pet. I think you can pet the dog. I'm not sure. When I had both a dog and a cat, I could not allow them anywhere near each other because, as you might imagine, they would go mental. They really did not like each other. Uh, Wait, which mod might be the one that lets me see through the world? Because that's like I know that there's an X-ray mod, but I don't think I have it. I don't know what it's called. I saw it the other day on the mod site, but I don't get those mods because I don't need to cheat in that way. The all one. Oh yeah, maybe visible ore. Let me just look it up. Vintage story visible ore mod. What does it do? Uh, Oh yeah, it is what I said. A small mod that makes the ore more visible in some combinations. Uh, because like some of the ores might be quite dark, and the rock they're in might also be really dark, so it might be quite difficult to spot the ore in certain types of rocks. so that just makes it pop a little more so you can actually see it. All right, well, you know what? This has been really nice. My brain has stopped working at this point. I don't know if you can tell. I'm struggling to string sentences together. We've been here for over 3 hours now, and I went on a 3-hour hike this morning just before streaming. I don't know if that was healthy. I really appreciate you guys coming. It's been a lot of fun. I wasn't sure if anyone would show up to watch Vintage Story, so it's been nice. I'll see some of you guys tomorrow with World of Warships. There is a little sign-off video. I always play it at the end. I put it together. I'm so proud of it. It's like a little thing I'm proud of. I put it together as the old TV channels. I mean, this is before my time. But you know the old TV channels where they would turn off at night and they'd play the national anthem of the nation, and they'd show the flag waving, and it would be a sign-off thing, right? You should go to bed, Raven. It must be really late there. I put one of them together with old archival what do you call it? Public domain NASA footage and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. The American national anthem is just better than our national anthem. I don't know. There's some cool footage in there of the early NASA launches when they were launching teeny tiny little rockets to test things out. There's a lot of really cool NASA history video footage out there if you look for it. I'm rambling now. Oh, that's not so bad. midnight. I know, I'm gonna go to bed at 8. Oh, we were gonna do some ASMR. The thing is, I have a filter on this thing. It's like an NVIDIA audio effects noise removal thing, which is handy. It uses some neural networky thing to filter the mic. But if I turn it off, is it off now? I think it's off now. So you can just hear the raw mic, and you can probably hear background noises now. Can you hear my hands if I rub them together? You hear that? Yeah, so that's the kind of stuff that it filters out. Or my teacup. I like a bit of ASMR sometimes. There's the one I like is on YouTube called Fast ASMR, and it's just a lot of fast tapping. It's just very relaxing before going to bed, but I don't pretend I can do it myself. Cheese grater. I like and I don't have anything to demonstrate, but I like tapping on glass and stuff. Glass sounds really nice. Tell you what I do have is a telephone. Can you hear this? I don't know if you can hear my phone. Good old landlines. Who still has a landline? Yeah. Anyone in the UK recognize that number? This is my old phone from when I grew up. I pulled it out of the attic, cleaned it up, got it working again. Anyway, that's 1471. It's the number you call if you say you've been out and you come home and you want to know if someone called your house. You dial 1471 and it will tell you the last person that called. There'll be a woman's voice, and it's funny. It's one of those things that I remember it so well. I even know the inflections that the recorded woman would say. This will only really play for anyone in the UK who's maybe grew up in the 90s or 2000s. She'd be like, "You were called today at 12:45 p.m." I miss those. And 123 used to be the clock, because if you wanted to set your clocks in your house before you had the internet, how are you going to know what time it is? You could wait for the top of the hour on the radio or something, but if you just wanted to know what time it was right now, you dial 123 and you get the speaking clock, and it would just tell you the time over and over again. To return the call, press 3. Anyway, turn that filter back on. Okay. As I was saying, I appreciate you guys coming. I'm going to play the outro now, and I'm going to go sit in dark room and not speak for the rest of the day. Honestly, thanks for coming. I know people always say that, but one of the reasons I wanted to start streaming was because I'm often quite lonely, because I work from home on my own in a little room and I don't see my friends very often ever. No one ever calls me. So this is the only conversation I get in a day, besides a couple of back and forth instant messages. So I appreciate it, genuinely. It's been nice to see you all. It's been nice to meet some of you new guys and gals and so on. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.